Yo, we're gonna wait. We got Miss Elliott come through.
That is Missy Elliott. She on some other. I heard she eat one crack a day.
Oh, girl, well, I heard the bitch was married to Tim and started fucking with Trina. I heard the bitch got hit by 3 zebras and a monkey. I can't stand the bitch nowhere.
When I woke up in the peace, I ain't gotta eat speed. I'm a bad man, but you got every motherfucker. You ain't gotta like me. I ain't studying these hoes. Need to talk what you know. And stop talking about who I'm sticking and licking, just mad at them chose. I know y'all cool. Y'all job just hanging up close. Step to me, get burnt like toast. Motherfuckers, adios amigos. Half foes. I don't brag, I mostly boast. From the VA to the LA coast. If it kills, is it go? When I put up a wheel, bitches wanna talk shit. I'm driving, I'm gliding, I'm sliding these motherfuckers' ass. Did you see it? I'm gripping these girls. Skirt, did you heard? Hot levels, my feathers, my fur. I'll fly like a bird. Chicken heads on the ground. Who you tryna put now? Now you ain't getting loud. Better calm down, force my ass down. I need my drum, bass, high. Yes, I need my snare, straight, horn. Yes, I need my Tim, side, right, left. Music, look at him.
It was a fucking time. It was a fucking time. I remember when you used to get the stickers and shit in the CDs, and I put it on my room door, and that shit was up there for like 15 years. Cause what? Why was that shit? Them stickers was undefeated. It took me years. I ended up just getting one of them caulk removing scrapers. Yeah, baby. What? Missy Elliott, back in the days, that was when we had what? BET, Uncut, all of that stuff. Like, it was a time. It was a time. Those was the good old days. We getting old. This is what our parents was talking about, right? When they be like, they don't make music like they used to. Now we do, right? What's up, the first?
Was you can call me Ginger.
Ginger? You can...
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I see your whole name now.
You never saw my whole name? That's crazy word.
You came to talk about the prompt?
I forgot what I came up for. Black men don't qualify to tell black women anything. Fair. I don't got nothing. I ain't gonna tell women how to see the world. So I'm just...
What does that mean? Yes, Roman, she was. What does that mean? You ain't gonna tell women how to feed the world?
See the world.
See? C-S-E-E? Okay. I got you. My fault. You got a little bit of a lisp. I understand. I be working on my shit too.
Mm-hmm. See, I be saying that, and other people like, you ain't got no list. Your list didn't do that. I was like, that's just because y'all know me too long. After a while, you can understand it. Right? Tongue heavy as fuck is crazy work.
You can't do that, Coach Liz, because I got a lisp too. They used to call me thick tongue, and then I heard that means like special needs or special education. He might not have no teeth in the front. I don't judge.
That's hilarious. He may not have no teeth in the front. Is insane.
It could be. Shit. I'm getting up there in age, and I drink a lot of coffee. So when my shits fall out, or I don't want nobody saying nothing to me, because it might take me a while to get to the dentist. I'm working off government time. Fuck me. Y'all motherfuckers better not be. Hey, as soon as y'all don't fuck with me, y'all better not just let me go. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't do that. Don't do me.
Saying the ladies in your comment ruthless. He can barely breathe.
They don't know that you're not an op, so you're gonna get it.
It's a little thick.
They on your ass.
Yeah,
I'll probably hey, you know you gotta show and prove over here. We don't play with the niggas.
Oh man.
Y'all, I wasn't playing about this prompt. I feel like black men don't qualify to tell black women anything, like just off the basis of the word and the definition for qualify, which is to meet required conditions, skills, or standards to become eligible for a specific purpose. So whatever a woman's standards are, if she tell you you don't qualify, that's it. We have a thing where men want to get behind podcast mics, or I mean, in the household, it be your own damn partner, your daddy, your brothers. Men just have this thing where they feel like they need to be constantly advising women, and I think we need to come up with a term for that. Let me write that shit down. What is the male version of the white man's burden? Because that's what it's given. It's given, it is my job to save you, and we already know. Hello, no, bro, not a motherfucking thing. I don't care where I'm at in my life. You can't tell me shit. If I don't come and ask you for advice, keep that shit to yourself. As a man personally, but it's not. First off, no, bro, I know some of your accolades. A nigga couldn't tell you shit, period. You feel me? Period. But I don't know where black men get off wanting to, and men in general, like I could have put men in general, but y'all know, as much as these niggas be draining me, I can't really do the white tee ops. I'm not finna go back and forth with somebody who can't stand in the sun for 5 minutes. But without sunscreen.
My page doesn't say I stand women. It says black women. Who?
He said he was very specific. Don't do him. I don't think he gonna come up, Kay. Good morning. Ooh, I like the name. Good morning, Coochie. Pussy power. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning. Hey, y'all.
Good morning. We just getting started. I'm trying to see. I don't know if we gonna get some ops or not, or anybody that disagrees with the prompt. I want the men that disagree with this to come up and explain to me why they should have the authority, whether they are husbands, fathers, like why they should have the authority. And me personally, when it comes to black men's literacy rates, y'all can't tell y'all daughters nothing after they turn like 11, because they typically more intelligent than you. They typically have a higher literacy rate, a higher or a larger or better ability to critically think. Like nobody qualifies to tell black women anything, period. For real. What's up, Ashland? Hey, Coochie.
Hi. I'm just here to start a little shit to get some black men in here for you, and then I'll dip. But no, this prompt's 100% correct. First of all, black men have lower literacy rate than black women. Let's go ahead and start there. They suck at pretty much future planning. Not all black men. Let me go ahead and say that before the motherfucking Dr. Umar's come out. Not all black men. But let's be real. A majority of them did not learn shit. And let's also be real. One of the things that I feel like not just black men, but all men in general do to women, and I want all of us to start peeping this, is they gonna tell you what they daddy and they grandpa do, but them niggas can't do none of that shit. They can't read, they can't cook, they can't build shit. He can't put your TV up. He can't motherfucking help you if the motherfucking dishwasher break. He can't help you if the motherfucking laundry machine break. His grandpa used to be able to at least change a light bulb. He can't do that. Them motherfuckers don't do anything but get on the goddamn game, suck at that, and then be mad and want to fucking start yelling and fucking up your house and eating up your kids' great snacks. Don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with them. When I tell you I came to my husband with an application and an application fee, and he had to go through training and be fully vetted before we even got to the point of even discussing being boyfriend and girlfriend. The courting phase is so serious, and the courting phase was taken away from us as black women because these black men can't offer us shit. Make them court again. Bring that back. Make them actually prove to you why you should take him serious. Don't actually just be out here giving away the shit. Sorry to sound like Lotto, but fuck these men. Actually start making them court again.
I mean, the only thing, I'm not judging your methodology. Excuse me, y'all. I barely got the coffee in me. But my whole thing is around the vetting. Like I just think you ain't gonna be able to vet enough. You know what I'm saying? For
No, you're not. But you also gotta do them follow up questions. One of the things I love to ask somebody, I start with simple questions. What's your favorite color, and do you eat breakfast? A motherfucker can't tell you what his favorite color is, or he can't tell you why he consistently don't have a good diet. That already tells you enough.
I hit a dude that was trying to talk to me. It was a while ago, probably like 3-4 months now. I asked him, "What is misogyny?" He was like, "Oh, come on, man, don't do that." But I'm not saying don't vet. I'm just saying, like,
I used to give out dictionaries after first dates.
Oh, Sandy, yeah, that's a good one. Sandy said Meg Thee Stallion is my litmus test. Yeah, how do you feel about Meg?
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a new panelist. I want to check in with Morgan. Hey, Morgan.
How you doing?
Did you want to comment on the prompt, boo?
Yeah, black men don't qualify to tell black women anything. Of course, of course we don't. I wish that can go without saying, but lately things have been interesting. Like the most effeminate of them are fixated on wigs and weaves until it's on a black woman, and it's on a black woman, all of a sudden he got to talk about it. But when it's on everybody else, even on a man, he ain't talking about it. Come on. I mean, really, everybody can be a black woman except a black woman. Everybody, anybody can be a black woman except a black woman. I noticed that. So, it's obvious his cowardice because he's really scared of who. You know who he's scared of. Okay. And he takes it out on black women. So when black women understand that, then we understand everything. And we can move on with our lives and not be so loyal. Because my frustration is there's just too much loyalty where it's not deserving. Okay? We should not be loyal to something that is not loyal to us. It just makes sense. It's just sensible. But the problem is it will continue until black women collectively realize her own self-value, her own self-worth, and stop being loyal to things that aren't loyal to her. It's simple. But that's the hard part. And when we're dealing with, Stockholms, and when we're dealing with people who just, want to say, what's wrong with my son? Well, I'm not talking about your son. How come we're always talking about your son, but we're not talking about your safety, my sister? How come we always talking about your son, but we're not talking about how your maternity, you were almost unalived at 4 times the rate in a hospital, giving birth to your son who disrespects you every day?
Ask that you land it soon, like wrap it up so we can get to the new guest. Because he said something in the comments I want to check him on. So just go on ahead and land your plane, baby. I want to get on him.
I'm going to land it now just so you can check him, girl. Go ahead.
Thank you, boo. You said fly on air. You said in the comments, favorite color, question mark, question mark. This is why men need to pick for their daughters. So what's your favorite color indicates to me that a woman is interested in things about you. That means like if she's going to buy a gift for you, maybe a watch, shirt, kicks, whatever, she's looking to buy them in a color that you like. Why do you equate that with a man should be able to pick for his daughter? Furthermore, why... I always think it's weird when y'all do this, like grooming your children for other men. I just watched one of Pub's videos, y'all, this morning, where the dude was in the barbershop. Yeah, he was in a barbershop talking about, I teach my daughters to be this, that, and the third for a man. So when I give her away, like listen to the grooming terms. I teach my daughter to be this for a man. Not for herself, for a man. And when I give her away, like she's on a selling block or an auction block or the slave block, she knows what to do. But you said nothing of making sure that man qualified for her. Go ahead, Fly.
You want me to answer a specific question, or did you want me just to give my thoughts?
So you ain't hear nothing I said.
I did, but you asked multiple questions, so I don't want to be going all astray and not
You
answering
can,
appropriately.
so you can respond to what I said. It was to your comment.
Yeah, so if women don't want to get married, nothing wrong with that. You can be single, that's fine. But if you want to be married to a man, what his favorite color is irrelevant. It has zero significance in a marriage. That's how women get in trouble asking questions that don't
You a
matter.
goddamn lie.
I thought y'all let him finish his statement. Don't interrupt. I'm
So,
interjecting.
yeah, so that, you should be, women that are interested in marriage should be asking things having to do with his character because you can't buy that. That can't be made. That can't be fabricated. You either got it or you don't. I can get more money. I can lose money. I could be a millionaire right now. Something happened on the job, I get injured, whatever, the stock market crashes, and I'm not a millionaire anymore, but I could get more
I am going to pause you
money.
because you are going a little bit off topic. You said if you want to be married to a man, you shouldn't be asking his favorite color. So what happens on your 5th anniversary and you want to deck the room out in his favorite color? Like, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense what you're saying. Like, a normal thing to know about your partner, you said that don't even matter in the grand scheme of things. It's very telling. Y'all remember when they had the what was it, the bird theory or whatever viral video where essentially what it was is that the partner made a bid for an affection by saying that they saw a bird today, and to see how attentive the male or man partner was. The man partner was to see how curious he was, like if he would ask, "Oh, what kind of bird was it? What color was the bird?" Like literally, what color was the bird? Asking these questions to see how they returned affection for those bids. Um, it is extremely important, and I'm saying, like, are you married, Fly? Just curious.
I am.
And so your wife never got you things in your favorite color, and it never touched your heart.
She has.
So then that kind of invalidates your whole statement that knowing a man's favorite color isn't important. Anyway,
Yeah, so it
she's your partner is attentive and you are not. And this is why I say black men don't qualify to tell black women anything, because you don't even understand things regarding being attentive as a partner.
learning somebody's favorite color, that's something that you can get anytime. You can get that today. You can get that 10 years from now. At the grand scheme of things, who cares? How are we going to raise these kids? Where are we going to live? How are we going to save for retirement? Are we going to buy a home? How many kids do we want to have? These are things that are critical in a marriage. A color, who cares? It is meaningless.
You both things can't be true at the same time.
I mean, we're going to learn. A guy that's wanting to be married to a woman is going to learn because we know you think that that's important, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not. A man who is looking for a wife is going to go out and do the work and be like, okay, all right, let me find out what this chick's favorite color is because I know it makes her happy. Let me take her somewhere special because I know it's going to make her happy, right? Because we want to do things to try to keep y'all around for a little bit, right? But in the grand, just think about it. In 50 years from now, when we 72, we got grandkids on the front porch. Favorite color? Who cares? We've raised some good kids. We got some grandkids. Look how much money we got saved in our account. We did the doggone thing. A color? Fuck that.
Can I say something to that? Can I?
Just when you're ready to speak, put your hands up in the comments because Allie did, and she was going to respond first. But before we get to Allie, really quickly, I just want to say, and this is it right there. It's very telling how like men say these things stop matter, like they don't matter after some time in a relationship, and then when the women say he's changed, they'll say like, "Oh, I didn't change. I'm still the same guy." But you just spoke to not being attentive later on. Go ahead, Allie.
I just want him to break it down to us how somebody can assume that you are going to be attentive later on about something as simple as learning their favorite color, when you don't find those things, something as small as that in the beginning. Like, how can we get to the point of talking about raising kids and actually having them if you won't do the very, very minuscule labor of learning what my favorite color is, or me
Okay, so
learning
that's it.
what your favorite color is? Like, I
Okay,
feel
so
like that's one of the easiest questions you can ask, and it kind of like just gives into like, go ahead. I'm gonna let you answer it, and then I'm gonna respond one more time about why it's important, and then I'm gonna
okay.
just let it go. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, and I think that's a good question. And I think this is also how women get themselves into trouble because you don't know. See, men will play you, they will try to do it. And so, given the opportunity, a man will use the fact that he knows that you think that color is important. It's kind of an easy thing. And so now I can get into your panties just based on saying the little fluffy, cool niceties that we know you want to hear, covering up the fact that my character ain't shit. We do it backwards, especially in the black community, right? We go on these dates and we have fun and we're going to take trips. We're going to Dubai. And meanwhile, the dude got warrants in North Dakota for robbing banks. And you don't know because but he knows my favorite color. Do it the reverse. Let's see if he's lovable first. Let's see if he's worth
We
Let me see
can't
if the dude is wanted for
fly.
unaliving.
Fly.
Ma'am.
I'm gonna interject real quick. We're asking about a favorite color. That's not gonna be the end all be all to the questions. I think the ladies have made that abundantly clear when they were talking about, asking clarifying and follow up questions. So if I ask you what your favorite color is, that won't be the only question that I ask about you. But I do think that is an important question to ask because, when people are partnering up, they're not just there to see what they get out of you. This weird thing is like, I might take an interest in what you like. I don't know how we got to what you just said. I think that was a very strange take, a very hard left turn, right turn. I just want to, I just want you to just be conscious of what you're saying. You're telling women not to ask things, something as simple as what your favorite color is. Let's say that your favorite sports team colors are red, white, and black. And I don't know what your favorite colors are, but typically you lean to those colors for like your jerseys, your hats, your shoes. And I go out and buy Baltimore Raven colors. That's not, that doesn't typically fit. Now, you might enjoy whatever I purchase for you, but they're not your favorite colors and they don't match with what's mostly in your closet. So I think it is an important question to ask. And no, it doesn't tell you everything about a man, but at least you're asking that question to know what his interests are. I think that that's strange that you don't want the women to truly have interest in men. We're just supposed to just be around for what we get out of them. Is that what you're leaning into? Breon,
No,
please
I
leave me
mean,
alone. I am a mod. Don't tell me what to do from the comments. If you want to come up here and stand on business, request up. Thank you. Go ahead, sir. I'm listening.
Sit up here overtalk this nigga all day just because Breon said that shit. Go on ahead and mute Breon in the comments. For 5 minutes. We don't need to hear that. Get some act right. Go ahead and answer the question, Fly.
yeah, no, I'm not saying that your interests are invalid. I'm not saying that asking a favorite color, but let's say my favorite color is blue or green or red, or my astrological sign is a Pisces or Cancer. I'm just saying in a marriage, in something where we are supposed to be doing this for the rest of our lives, it's not really significant. It's not, there's
It
nothing wrong with
is.
it. You
It
ain't
is.
going to hell because you ask
So
somebody their
Fly,
favorite color.
It is
Huh?
significant. It's significant in the beginning because I don't know. I have a family member who dated a person that was in the military. Those first letters didn't seem significant 14 years could seem like it's not significant 14 years later, but now that they have children, when they show their children those letters, right, it's gonna be significant. because it's integral to how they started their relationship. And I think, this is going back to the prompt of why y'all don't qualify to tell black women anything, especially in regards to matters of the heart or emotions, because y'all typically suffer from alexithymia. Y'all don't have the words to name these things because men don't even believe in feeling feelings. But I did want to mention a few things. I think it's odd that you said a man will use the fact that you like have a favorite color or take you to Dubai, and I don't know, that was a weird ass pivot, like Ellie said, to get into your panties. But you said a person's character isn't ascertained by their favorite color. So my thing is, if we're talking about a man's character, if he's the type to manipulate you, he's going to do that, period. That's him. That's on him. There's nothing a woman can do, which is why what I was saying to Coochie, I'm going to call you Key. What I was saying to Key earlier about, there's no real way to properly vet a man. You can't vet a man to learn that 13 years later he's going to become an alcoholic and start whipping your ass. There's no way to vet that. There's no way to vet that he's going to lose his job because he was flirting with the person at the front desk. They got into an affair and got caught up at work. There's no way to vet that. So saying like the favorite color part, I do want to get off of it because I want to move on. What you're about to do, we're going to go to Black Historian. But it just, again, there's nothing you said that tells me you qualify to tell black women anything, especially like the advice that you just gave, if that was advice. Secondly, the people are saying they went to your page and you hate women, black women especially, and I'm used to that. Black men, young men, boys are extremely there's been a large push for indoctrinating y'all into manosphere, red pill, and incel ideology, or environments. Excuse me, y'all. That being said, I don't actually believe that you married, and I can't. You see how you lied? Like that's what you lied and said you were married, then came up here and said all this dumb shit. Like you literally don't qualify to tell black women anything about marriage. You don't. And you can't even sit with that within yourself. That's embarrassing. But I'm going to get to Black Historian, and then it's going to be, because I seen Trey, you had your hand up, but there is an order in which people came up. It's going to be Fox and then you, Trey. What's up, Black Historian? Good morning, my love.
Good morning. How are you? Can you hear me fine? I'm outside.
Yeah, but I can hear you, but it sounds beautiful.
Oh, okay. You know what, black men really don't, especially if we're coming from where this guy is coming from. Learning about people besides wanting to build a family, which is what men do. I'm starting to think to stop women from perceiving their potential. Is integral in a relationship. That's what keeps it going. That's like, I'm gonna use this. That's like him saying, "Hey, I like the Ravens," and you go out and buy him a Dallas Cowboy jersey. That means you're not paying attention to him. You don't really care what he thinks. You just want him to do what you want to do. You don't care. He's just there to do whatever you want him to do. Maybe pay some bills. Other than that, you don't care about him. Nothing about him. And I don't understand why they think that us asking questions about what they want, what they like, is an issue, because most of the time men don't even know what women's outside interests are. All they think that women think is that we want a family, we want a man to pay the bills, we need a man there to protect us, which we really don't need any men there to protect us, not with 2A around. So I just thought that what he said was some BS, to put it mildly.
Thank you so much. Let's get to Fox, and then as I said, Trey. What's up, Fox? Can you tell me whether you agree or disagree with the prompt and why?
I think it's subjective. I do understand it's a general question about generalities, and I have to agree that a lot of black men don't. I don't like to think of myself like that. I'm not trying to tell anybody anything, first of all. I'm trying to enjoy my spouse's company. her insights, and her life. I think that a lot of black men nowadays. So I'm going to go with your prompt in there that you're trying to push, and I can't say I don't disagree. This leadership shit, this macho BS that a lot of men are on nowadays shows a great insecurity. I don't suffer from the same thing that a lot of men suffer from. I'm not trying to make anybody a certain type of way. I'm trying to meet a person a certain type of way. And either I qualify for her or she doesn't qualify for me. I think that a lot of black men are now trying to tell women how to think, how to move, and it's total disrespect to their autonomy. So I don't move like that. Although I do think there are some women, since we're speaking about black women, that are just funny style as hell, just to put it frankly. But for me, I don't move in a control environment. If I can't enjoy your company and let you be you and me be me, and we like each other, then why are you trying to tell somebody what to do or how to move or how to think? You should leave that person alone and respect it. They're not, so I see the pushback. So we got the men doing it, the red pillars, we got the women who are feminist movement, and there's a lot of pushback on both sides. But I think the problem comes with the pushback with men running around trying to
Did he cut out for
look
y'all?
like that. And I think it's some very
cut out.
insecure men.
Yes.
I think it's some very insecure men running around doing that. I don't move in that space. I'm not trying to qualify to tell nobody nothing. I might have advice. I'll take advice. But as far as telling somebody something, that word alone right there lets me know that it was a good way to put it. That, and when men try to answer that, and it lets you know that they're built on controlling and bullying a woman, because you can't tell no grown person a damn thing. I'll end.
Okay. And I agree. Fly, do you have a response to that?
No, I mean, brother's married, and I would agree. Like, I'm not just gonna tell random women. Like, your panel, for perfect example, you set the rules, you in charge here. Who am I to come up here and tell you what you should think? Now, I think that we get a problem in the community where we kind of have run amok, where you really can't, like, I can't even advise, but hey, man, building's on fire. You may not want to run in there. You can't tell me, motherfucker, man. Okay.
That's disingenuous, Fly. That's disingenuous, and it frames women as illogical people who don't make good decisions. It's misogynistic as fuck. When have you ever seen, the only time I've ever seen women run into buildings is to get their children out. Like, what was that school pew pew in Valdez, Uvalde. The Uvalde pew pew in, it was women who was running into the schools to go
Yes.
get their kids out, while all the men was standing around, police officers and first responders at that. So let's not frame women as illogical people when we've seen countless news reports of men who let their partners and children get kidnapped and raped while they hid under the bed. But let me guess, that's the man you chose, right? Go ahead, Morgan. I seen your hand was up.
Yes. Just like you said, women are only going in to make sure her children or the most vulnerable are taken care of. And not to mention all the women who are police officers. I'm also a Navy vet. You have women who are trained to deal with trauma, trained to deal with things, and more than prepared, more than educated enough to deal with it, especially if we have had a brush with it ourselves as children or as teenagers. So we're more than qualified to speak on things when we're licensed and qualified to speak on these things, educated to speak on these things. So I had to make that clear as well. A lot of people want to give advice, but they're not qualified to give advice. They're not licensed. They're not educated. They're not given the protocols. They're not given the education to know what to say, how to say it, when to say it. Timing is important too. So these are things that a lot of men just don't want to be told what to do. He wants to tell people what to do. He doesn't want to be told what to do. And the best teachers are students. So if you want to be a good teacher, you got to be a good student first. You got to be you want to be a good mentor, you got to be a good mentee. And the problem is now is you don't want to be someone's apprentice. You don't want to learn. You don't want to learn even from Black men who know what they're saying and doing. Ralph Richard Banks told Black women in his book, Is Marriage for White People? He told the truth according to facts and figures. And now Black men are mad at Ralph Richard Banks, who is married to a Black woman who is also professor at Stanford University in my home state of California, telling Black women the truth about what's going on with Black men and the Black community. And again, we have to, as Black women, make some really tough decisions. Your safety needs to come before color. Character needs to come before color. But that's not what's happening. Nowadays, and even when I was growing up, Black women would be bashed for putting anything ahead of her safety, for putting her safety ahead of anything. And that just means that there are people in the Black community who are infected with misogynoir. Misogynoir is a real thing. It's a real thing. And your hatred for Black women, which there is no basis, there really isn't. Your hatred for Black women is learned. American society has taught you that, but Black women can go to Europe and get better treatment. We can go to East Asia, where I am right now, and get better treatment. So I just don't know what else to tell you. And I'm really getting tired of people trying to gaslight us into believing that the whole wide world hates us when most of the hate we're experiencing is at home. I am nearly 50 years old, and I have never seen Black women hated so much as I've seen us hated at home. And there's no excuse. I'm not about to provide an excuse. I'm not about to state one. Y'all just need to get your shit together and stop hating Black women. Stop hating the womb from which you came, and you will start living better lives the moment you get it together and realize you wouldn't be here without the womb of a Black woman.
I agree 100%. You're absolutely spitting. I'm curious, Fly. I'm a little disappointed in the way you're showing up right now because based off of what they're saying is on your page, you are red pill. So why are you in this space pretending like you're not?
Hey, I'm not pretending anything. I just like what the sister just said just now, character, which is exactly the same thing I said. I said, look for a dude's character. You talking about my page? I don't even know what it says. This is my troll page, to be honest. Character, way more important.
If you don't mind me
Mid-50s.
asking, mid
Mid-50s.
50s, and you have a troll page. You don't see nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, is that what you want? Okay, host, sure. You want to talk about troll pages? Sure. What would you like to know about my troll page, ma'am?
I don't want to know anything. I just think it's odd that
Okay,
a
gotcha.
grown. I think it's odd that a grown man has a troll page, quote unquote troll page at in his mid 50s, geared towards shaming and putting down and oppressing Black women.
But that's on point.
Definitely
Shaming
talks about his character.
Black
That's on point for
shame,
my generation of men. He's Gen X. That's on point. That's what they do.
shaming. Okay. I don't
We're
believe in
talking about your
shaming.
character, sir. Your character. Remember?
So you're going to try to assess my character on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok?
Yep.
You don't want to run
Mm-hmm.
my credit? You don't want to meet my family to see if my character is sound?
How do you suppose we
Is
do
it-
that? You're a random stranger. Go ahead. Tell
well,
us how we
there
do
you
it. You got all
and,
the
they-
answers. Go ahead.
and therein lies the problem. How do we do that? But that's what y'all
I'm
when you
asking you,
attempt to
how do we do it? How do we run your credit all the way from where I am in Atlanta, Georgia to wherever you are? Go ahead. When I'm not
yeah,
interested in
so
dating you.
not me specifically. I'm already married. I'm talking about men in general, right? But if you want
We
to,
were
you just do what
specifically
you
talking about you
you want
just
us.
now. We were
Gotcha.
specifically
Okay.
talking about you. We were saying
Okay. So
that you have a troll page at your big age, and you said you're trying to assess me off of the internet. And I said, it speaks to your character. And you said you don't want to run my credit.
So you want to assess my character over the internet? Well, have I said anything that was invalid? Have I said any lies? Have I made anything that doesn't sound true
Yes,
or
yes,
fabricated?
several. Yes. Like the whole thing with the woman, you can't tell a woman anything, even if you telling her not to run into a burning building. That was stupid and a lie and not logical. That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying, you know, we should determine the man's character. We're doing it right now. And we
Okay.
didn't even need you right. You know what? But you did eat with one thing. We ain't need to know your favorite color.
There you go.
Get the fuck. Let me get to wife mom, and then we got Black Power and Drea. Go ahead, wife mom. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What is it? Happy Thursday. Um, this is not how he acts on Poetic's page. I'm just saying. He's
Where
Oh,
I
the
know this
tea.
from. That's where I
yeah.
know this
And
from.
now he
Snap.
over here. Did you fall out with Poetic? Now you looking for a new home to troll.
Mm, mm. What he be doing over there? What he be saying? I'm
This
curious.
he's real egregious. He's terrible. He's terrible. He says horrible things about women. He does all the things.
Is
He does. He's being calm and collected and what have you over here, but he talks much shit.
this the one that's married and has a girlfriend?
I don't know about all that, but I don't put nothing past a nigga. So whatever, he might. He does not speak like a married man. I'm gonna put it like
Yeah,
that.
that's what everybody's saying. He said he was married, but everybody's saying from his content and stuff. So what happened? Did she leave? Fly? Is that what? Because what they're saying is the number one way that like young men, and I know you ain't young, so this don't apply to you, but even older men, like the way that they typically get indoctrinated into the manosphere is like a breakup or some traumatizing event, like the parents divorcing, fathers walking out of their lives, things like that. So like, did she leave? Did she take the kids? Like, what spurred this hate and disdain for Black women as a collective?
Hey, I don't hate black women. She's black. I got a black wife. What you mean? I don't hate. What have I said that would lead you to believe that I hate black women? I haven't said nothing of the sort, ma'am.
But the people are saying that you do say things like that. Numerous people in the comments. Wife mom up here. Black
What?
historian remembered you once. Wife mom mentioned where you be at.
A lot of men
They saying
marry
it's on
women.
your page. I don't want to open up your page to find out. It's like, why not be honest? That's what I'm saying. You don't qualify to tell Black women anything because you can't even be genuine right now.
A lot of men marry women they hate because she does the laundry. She washes his dirty drawers, so he'll marry a woman he hates to wash his dirty drawers and clean his dishes while he runs off with a little girlfriend somewhere, some midget somewhere. I don't know if I can say that, but
That's
that's what they
politically
do.
incorrect, ma'am. You shouldn't say that. It's little people,
Yes,
I believe.
it's
You
politically.
see what I'm saying? The audacity. Again, you don't qualify to tell people that, Fly. So you just gonna be up here masking? How long we gonna deal with the mask? Like, let your freak flag fly.
Marriage don't mean he love you. I'm sorry. I know. I'm Gen X too, and we Gen X women know our Gen X men, good and bad, and everything in between. And that's why y'all be running to everything else but us, cause we gonna check that. That's what you know,
Okay.
cause we know y'all. We grew up with y'all. We know you so well. I knew that violation gonna come.
Yeah, don't say that word. Let's get to Black Power and
Wait,
then
but hold on. Let me answer the prompt real quick.
oh, go ahead. Sorry, wife mom, I did divert.
That's okay. Black men don't qualify to tell black women anything. I don't believe they do. In my single years, the black men that approached me, the black men that I entertained, eventually showed their true self and showed me that they weren't in a position to bring anything to my life. They weren't educated. They were content in being uneducated. And I'm just not talking degrees. I'm just talking about in life in general, in travel, in living, in reading, in hobbies, in family. None of that meshed or melded with what I wanted and what I liked and what I wanted to be in the future. Um, and then after I got in my career, after I had my child, none of them could tell me about parenting because they either were not parents or they weren't involved in parenting their own children. No one could tell me about finances and how to make your money grow. None of that. And now, even though I am married, there are men still offering unsolicited advice on how I look, how I speak, what I should say about this and what I should say about that. Why don't you go mind your own business? Why don't you talk to those spirits and them souls and them voices going on in your head, telling you to pick up a book, telling you to wash your ass, telling you to brush your teeth, telling you to keep your mouth closed and listen and learn something? That's who they ought to be telling something to. Them voices in his head telling them do better. Alan.
Thank you, wife, mom. I want to get to Black Power. Black Power, can you tell me whether you agree or disagree with the prompt and why?
I agree. Simply because in general, black men just aren't qualifying for much to begin with. We're being outdone, and I think it comes down to this struggle of just the colonized mind and this fight with white masculinity that's been like implanted almost like a parasite, where true masculinity in men and what men are supposed to do and have like respect and just be in community with black women, that was seen as brutish and effeminate back in the day. And now we're just dealing with this now to the point where we can't respect black women, we can't vote for them, and things like that. So now we just gotta suffer.
Thank you. I'm gonna go to Drea and then
Good morning, everyone.
good morning. Just tell me whether you agree or disagree with the prompt.
I definitely agree, but I really wanted to speak on when Fly was talking about women, the color thing being a bad question to ask is more about character and everything that he just displayed up here. And he was saying, y'all don't want to talk to my family, y'all don't want to talk to my kids. But do your kids and your so-called wife know that you're a 50-year-old troll with a red pill page that goes from panel to panel talking crazy to women? I don't think they know that. So talking to them to try and vet would be irrelevant. That goes back to what Sin was saying, that vetting is not possible. No one knows you fully but you, and know what you're capable of. You just displayed the exact reason why it does not work. You have horrible character. Having a fake trolling page is not a sign of good character. Being part of Red Pill shows that you do not have good character.
It's diabolical. I'm not gonna hold you. What? You ain't got better shit to do than y'all. I can't even say I troll. Like I almost like I'll do like cynical play, but for the most part, I can't even say I troll. I haven't done like pranks on people since I was like 11. So this is another reason why I be saying black men don't qualify to tell black women anything. Like you a grown ass 50 grandpa. You're grandpa age. Like for black men on average, y'all life expectancy is 60 years old, and this is what you're doing with your the rest of your years. Nasty.
And saying, I didn't even know he was this old. Because usually on Poetic's page, like I said, he real egregious. And he has called me an old woman several times and told me I need to go somewhere and sit down.
He older than you. It's crazy.
Ridiculous. So fake. And one more thing, Mellow Man, down in the comments, if you want me to talk about my husband, you need to come on up to the panel. I'll tell you all about him. I'll even tell you how big his thing is, because it seems that you are very interested in the men's and don't have anything else to say good about women, but you want us to glaze men and you want to glaze men. So come on up and let me tell you all about him.
And the other thing about the whole color question, another question that I ask is about a man and his hobbies. I do not talk to men who do not have hobbies because idle mind is idle time for the most part. But when it comes to asking men these questions, and a lot of them don't have the answers, it's because they don't know themselves and they are flying by the seat of their pants to see what they can get and what they can attach themselves to, even though it may not be on their list of wants. So paying attention to a man that knows himself, what he likes, his hobbies, his likes, dislikes when it comes to food, like being able to tell you about himself is is important for me to pay attention to. Because a lot of times when you ask these questions, they don't be having the answer. When I ask about hobbies, they be like, I don't know. I don't have no hobbies. I don't collect nothing. I ain't focused on nothing. Flying by the seat of your pants. You're flying by the seat of your pants with this life. But
Thank
that
you,
was all I
Drea.
have. I gotta go to work. Have a good morning, you guys.
I hope Fly gets some of that same get up and go about itself. Hold on, Black Historian, because we do have people who haven't been introduced yet. And then I know y'all got your hands up. Fly wanted to respond. I'm gonna drop you down, Drea. And because she's dropping, I don't even think you need to respond to that. Quite frankly, I don't think there's no way you can explain being a 57-year-old troll. But go ahead, Santa. Tell me whether you agree or disagree with the prompt and why.
I would say I would agree in certain scenarios because some people just don't qualify just off the status they're at and their intelligence level. But you're just talking about somebody as far as like somebody that's successful, then if you're just going to say, let's just throw LeBron James out there, I'm pretty sure you would want to listen to what he has to say because he's somebody that's a philanthropist and actually does things and is successful in life. It just depends on the type of person you're talking about. You're not going to want to listen to the average black man on the corner that's standing in front of a store, but you'll listen to one in a business suit in an office building. It just depends on the scenario, honestly.
Well, hold you, I'm gonna disagree. I feel like whatever LeBron James does, maybe that would be like you consider him successful. That success is subjective. You might want to listen to LeBron James. There's nothing LeBron James could tell me.
So you don't think he could offer you some type of wisdom or knowledge as far as life and dedication and hard work?
I said what I said. Santa, I said what I said. Like, he's valuable to you. He's not valuable to me.
I didn't say he was valuable to me. I just threw a name out there. I just said somebody that was actually successful and made it. It didn't have to.
Which one is the one that has the I don't even want to go there because y'all niggas get egregious. Never mind. Nah, it's nothing LeBron James could tell me. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I have no interest in any advice he might give me.
You listen to Cheyenne Bryant though, right?
What? Why did you need to search for an equivalent for a woman?
I'm just saying, like,
Prompt doesn't say black women don't qualify to tell black women.
All right, so let me ask you this. So no black man, period, no black man on the face of earth in history ever could tell you anything. Not Martin Luther King, not Malcolm X, not nobody, right?
Does the prompt say that?
Does it say all
black men?
Eat my dick.
There you go. Let that mask off. Like the fuck? Now you see you see how that mask dropped and who he was behind it? That's why they don't qualify. Because he wanted to set up certain scenarios and he couldn't handle a little bit of pushback about the man he glazes. Like, that's like saying your father was a great man. He gave you really great advice about how to get to become a mechanic. I don't have interest in being a mechanic. So your father can be valuable to you. He's not valuable to me. And I don't even like placing value on people, but his advice it doesn't affect me. It doesn't make me any, never mind. Anyway, let's get to BPG. Good morning, BPG.
Good morning. Y'all know I be struggling to find that mute, but I don't know. I think this is my nails too long. I think that might be it. I don't know. No, I agree with the prompt. I don't know if I've ever had a man tell me something that I'm like, ooh, yeah, this man qualifies to tell me about life. I think that that's weird, especially for women. Like, taking advice from men is what's the scientific word for it? Yucky. Especially because a lot of them, the advice that they give is very vague. If you watch, even like, if you leave it at social media and you watch these guys who are considered themselves gurus, like they point out very obvious things. The concept of vetting is supposed to be, you're supposed to look for very obvious traits that a man would display in order to know whether or not he's abusive or manipulative. And to me, it's so stupid because, like, duh, I would know if he displays those traits. Like if he's yelling in my face and being disrespectful, disrespecting other women, kicking animals, like of course I know that this man would harm me. Like that's a duh moment, except that's not actually what happens. And like I think that's the part that frustrates me the most about the advice that men give, is that it's never anything really useful. Like it's always trying to point out the obvious, but it never gives nuance to like how manipulation actually works. How, men can use concepts like Darvo to try to manipulate you into believing that he's not victimizing you, you're victimizing him by not allowing him to have sex with you, or by not cooking and cleaning for him, or by not listening to him, or by quote unquote emasculating him. Like this is the kind of advice that men give. And truthfully, even the last guy that left, a lot of men, because they are deeply, deeply in love with other men, the only advice that they can give you is based off scenarios for somebody else's life. If you notice, when you ask a man who a woman should be getting advice from, they will never name themselves. They don't even they don't even think they qualify. Like the first person that they will name is some random person they've never met. You've never met LeBron a day in your life, but somehow you feel like he's going to be able to give you the best advice because he plays basketball. You don't know how he lives day to day. You have no idea how he is with his friends or his family, but you will use him as an example, or Usher, or you'll use Dr. Dre as an example for who you should be getting advice from, but you don't even think that you qualify for the list. Like that's the most interesting thing. And then you'll ask these men, what have they done with their lives that is so great, so amazing? Every single time they are the exception to the rule. Oh no, 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 not me. See, you could take I'm qualified because I'm married. I'm qualified because, I make six figures and I retired from the military. But it's always this long list of things that never seem to come up when it's time to list themselves in the men that you should take advice from, but always seems to come up when we start talking about bum behavior and who's the man who qualifies as the hit dog, if you would. Like they know that it's them, truthfully. They are fully aware that it's them. And they are frustrated at the fact that they want to give women vague advice because they want access to them, truthfully, so they can harm them. But they would rather prop up a man that they've never met a day in their life, like the Jay-Z's of the world, in order to give them validity because that's who they look up to and that's who they are madly in love with. And they want us to listen to. I don't get it. Maybe it's a penis person thing, but God bless.
So mad because Vita said it in the comments and then you just said the name of the person I was going to say. But I'm going to do it anyway. Real fast. Ladies in the chat, men, disqualify yourself because y'all be glazing and y'all going to say the stupid shit every time. Ladies in the chat and ladies on the panel. And I'm going to start with Allie, the wife mom, BPG, Black historian. Would you rather take right now $1,000 on an EBT card or dinner with Jay-Z? Allie?
EBT for 100, please.
Wife mom.
1,000 on my down payment for my new car, so absolutely the EBT.
She gonna cash in her stamps, y'all. BPG.
I'll take the car, double the brunch, and give it to the next person. I'm straight.
Black historian.
EBT all day.
And I think that was the point of the prank is like, and then I mean that whatever social experiment, I guess. But when they did it, and again, I agree 100% with everything BPG said. But when they did the experience, I think it's the experiment. It goes to what you're saying, BPG, in the sense that like what people value, feeding your children. Men will say, "Well, he gonna give me game that will allow me to feed my children." Nigga, he been rapping for like 20 years. If you ain't get the game from him already, what is brunch going to do? Furthermore, in them raps, we saw what he said. He said, sell smugs to the community to unalive the women and children, to give them ADHD in they genes and DNA. Like he gave you the game in his rap for all these years. He said he used to sell on the block and then he bought the block. Like oh shit, Hippo said even Jay-Z said take the money. Like the fuck? Y'all, that's what I'm saying. And listen, Black Power, I did hear some of the things you said. I want you to know that this is not a jab at all Black men. It's a collective conversation because we do recognize that Black men are socialized the same way that all men are because we exist in a patriarchy. So the conversation is just a community conversation because I don't like talking to white men. But that whole nihilistic thing you doing where it's like, Black men ain't shit, I hear you, but I ain't gonna hold you. I'm in community with some amazing Black men. So I'm gonna just, drop the nihilistic shit and surround yourself with the great men. Like you ever seen that podcast, The Jam? It's like The Jam or something like that with those young Black men who have like intellectual conversations about politics and misogyny and how men are socialized. And just everything that's going on in society. Like I would suggest to you as a young Black man, because you sound relatively young, go watch Black men like him. I got a friend, we all are mutuals with Pub. We got Pub. There's another dude on here, Ryan, J.E.'s. Like there's a lot of awesome Fatal, Obsidian, J. Will. Like there's a lot of awesome Black men we in community with. So this conversation is not a jab at Black men who are doing what they're supposed to do, Black men who are taking care of their children, showing up for the women that have given birth to these children or are helping him put a drop of blood in the bucket. Grits and Eggs
I
podcast
understand
is
that.
really great too. So
I didn't take
I
it personal.
don't,
Yeah.
I don't want, because we get a lot of like, oh, y'all hate men. And it's like, yes, we
I
have
like
every,
Dante Kyle.
I'm playing
I'm into Dante Kyle right now. His
Deontay Kyle,
grits
yeah.
and Deontay Kyle. His grits and eggs. I like his podcast.
Yeah, so we get a lot of the y'all hate men shit. Like it can't for women, it's typically not that we hate men. It's just that like men experience what men do in society. So y'all know how men are. So to look at women and say we hate men because of how men are in society, I mean, it's completely justified. That being said, Black Historian did have her hand up, and then I do want to get to Mr. Work That Jen. Go ahead, Black Historian.
Hey, I want to say thanks for having me up. And hi PPG. I haven't seen you in a minute. I just want to say these red pill men romanticize their parents and their grandparents' marriages without asking the one question that would shatter their whole fantasy. Did she have a choice? Your grandmother couldn't even leave if she wanted to. She couldn't get a credit card in her own name until 1974, couldn't get an apartment lease, couldn't get a mortgage without a male cosigner. She couldn't even get a job that paid enough to support herself and the children. That wasn't a successful marriage. That was an economic hostage taking. So, I mean, and here's what really gets me. They never asked their mother who she was before she became a mom. They probably never asked their mother what she wanted to be, what dreams she gave up, what she endured in silence. You just saw a happy, you just actually, what am I trying to say? You just saw a happy housewife serving dinner with a smile, and you never asked her if she was actually happy or just being compliant. They never asked their mothers this anything. So, and these red pillars push this fantasy onto these younger boys who think that's how it's supposed to be, and it's not. We actually want to like you, not just be compliant. So
I say that, and then thank you for having me up, and you guys have a great Thursday.
Thank you so much. Really quickly, you can go ahead. You can drop down Black Historian. This is not for you. I did want to say, to the prompt, Black men don't qualify to tell Black women anything. It is quite literally because of like your literacy rates. Not even just like it's not a you thing. It's I'm an autonomous being. I'm a human being. You have no right. Like you men feel so entitled to saying anything to women. You have no right to do that. There quite literally is nothing that qualifies you to do that. Nothing. But if you should choose to continue down that route, then again, we're looking at your employment rates. We're looking at your literacy rates. We're looking at your marriage rates. You quite literally have the lowest of every race of men in this country. So if you want to qualify, you have to earn that. So up your literacy, up your employment, and up your marriage rates. But here's the kicker. Here's the plot twist, right? Because y'all might take that as a jab at y'all, but it's like you shouldn't even be comfortable with them numbers existing the way they exist. Because Black women weren't, and we got in the fucking field, and we got in fucking books. But if you want to qualify, go up your literacy rates. But guess what? You won't need to qualify, because the more intelligent or literate a person is, the less likely they are to practice misogynistic rhetoric or have misogynistic rhetoric. Engage. The more educated a man is, the less likely he is to be misogynistic, is what I'm trying to say. The more liberal he's going to be, because with knowledge comes the power to understand. You're not going to want to have a woman under your thumb because you're going to say to yourself, this is a person. But as long as y'all are as undereducated as you are, you're not going to see women as people. Because you know that there's a deficit within you, and you need to have the upper hand. You need there to be a power dynamic where that woman is under your foot and under your thumb. That being said, I do want to get to Mr. Work That Jen and Dr. Rita. Before we do, let me just say there are 230 people in the room. If you guys can continue to tap up the screen, make sure you grab your daily heartbeats if you haven't already. Share out the live. Please gift the panelists if you agree with them. I see 59. I see Fly got some gifts. Oof. Who is that? Mellow Man? I'll check later. I do have that blue sticker up there that says never send. That is that green app with the $sign. So if you feel so inclined to put a tip in that jar, in that cashy appy, I would greatly appreciate it. But no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. What's up, Mr. Work That Jen? Do you play DBD? I'm gonna invite you to turn your mic on.
Yo,
You play DBD?
so basically, how I feel about it is if Black men don't qualify to tell Black women anything, then Black women don't qualify to tell Black men anything. So niggas really shouldn't be worried about what the fuck each other else is doing and just get themselves right
You
on
avoided my
some real
question.
shit.
You avoided my question.
I'm not avoiding your question. I
You
got
ain't even
called
answer.
broke as
You
soon
ain't.
as I hop. Nah, I got called broke as soon as I hopped up in this bitch, but I'm anything but broke.
Who?
And y'all
Wait, hold
niggas,
on, hold
y'all
on,
niggas
hold on,
wanna
hold
wanna
on,
start
hold
talking
on,
over all kinds
hold
of
on.
shit.
I asked you a question. I said, you good? I don't like when y'all be dysregulated.
Good
Let me.
Lord.
Can you
Roll 'em.
respond to me? I asked you a question. You ain't answer it.
What was the question?
Damn, you see, every time as Black women, we be trying to connect with Black men. I said, do you play DBD?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, I was wondering about your name, Mr. Work That Jen. I thought you was talking about the generators and
Nigga,
Bad
I
Body.
shoot guns. I work that gym.
What the fuck is
Not
that?
dead
Don't
ass.
I only
Dead
Jen I know is
ass.
the fucking the Korean Korean barbecue place.
It's great. It's great.
Anyway, let's just get to Dr. Rita because he on one. Regulate yourself. We'll come back, Mr. Jen. Like
So
regulate yourself.
mad.
We
Oh
went
no.
over this in study hall Sunday. Like they make themselves mad and then come up on the panel. Like they're angry for no reason. But yeah, Black men don't qualify to tell Black women anything. Absolutely. And And it gets back to, I'm glad he said what he said about we don't get to tell them anything. I used to have 3 North Stars, and in epidemiology, right? I had 3 North Stars. I wanted black men to age and to get old enough to get to know their grandchildren. I wanted black women to get a modicum of reciprocity for what we put in the world. And I wanted black children to age without so much trauma that it rewires their brain. I no longer care about the first star. I no longer care. Ever since that black man cursed me out because I said I wanted them to live longer, I no longer give a fuck. I no longer give a fuck. You are absolutely right. We shouldn't tell them anything. We shouldn't care about their life expectancy. We should not give a fuck about them. We truly should not. We shouldn't. They keep telling us to stop. They keep telling us to stop caring, and we keep caring anyway. So fucking stop. Stop. Stop caring. If you didn't give birth to one, stop caring about them. They don't want you to. Now, the reason they don't qualify to tell us anything is, like you said before, it's their literacy rates, it's their incarceration rates, it's their employment rates, it is their life expectancy. You want to give people that are doing better than you advice. You want to tell people that live longer than the men that this country was created for what to do, and you're not qualified. Black women are on track to surpass white men in bachelor degree attainment. Black women are on track to surpass the very men this country was created for in bachelor's degree attainment. Why would we listen to the men with the least? Why would we listen to the men with the lowest literacy rates? Why would we listen to the men with the lowest employment rates and lowest labor force participation? Why would we?
The dude just said, if black men don't qualify to tell black women anything, black women don't qualify to tell black men anything, when quite literally we do. Like, we're in real time showing you how to exploit the loopholes in a system that was created to enslave us. We're showing y'all how to do it.
And we need to stop. If they can't get it passively, then fuck them. Because they resent us for it. They hate us for it. So fuck them. We need to stop.
Any disagreements from the men?
Oh yeah, I definitely disagree. But I also
How she gonna build off the topic that I
I
brought up
disagree
though?
with what she said about you know, that fuck them, that we can't listen. I think, to be honest, what she's doing, and I understand what she's saying, and I do agree with her that yes, we all should be able to communicate with each other and give each other advice, right? And there's no set staple in who got the better advice or who don't have the better advice. It's all based on the situation and who's
Let's
more
pause.
experienced in that situation,
Let's
right?
pause. Let's pause. Let's
So
pause. You hear me talking? Let's pause. You don't. We having a conversation. Let's get into this conversation right now. Quite literally, she said, "I told a young black man, I want y'all to live." Do you know what he said? You can't make me. You can't make me. Somebody said it in the comments. That's true. After that day, Dr.
He
B
said,
Mr.
you
Rod
can't
said,
make me bitch.
"Bitch, you can't."
He
Yeah,
said, you can't make me bitch. He cussed me clean out.
I helped the black man.
okay, so can I
I
interject?
genuinely
So
hold on,
can I interject, please?
hold on. We getting in the, we having a
Okay,
conversation.
all right, go ahead.
I helped a man read one of my prompts, and he called me a bitch. And so what y'all gonna say is, oh, that's just those men. That's the men you choose. You're gonna make it a one-off scenario. But if I tell you it's 264 people, I've been going live damn near every day for the last almost 3 years. And man after man after man after man, it has to be thousands at this point, has come
Okay.
up and been egregious. Black men at that. Not just the black men in these lives, but the black men in our community. Like the ones that are pew-pewing children from stray smullets. Like the ones that are selling smugs to each other, laced and blunts. Like, I mean, we can
So
really
let me
get,
say, okay.
we can talk
So
about the rates of SA, the rates of
you do make
grade,
a good.
the rates
I'm
of
not disappointed.
violence. We
Okay.
can talk about all of that. So when you say, to quote you, you don't think black women are qualified to tell black men anything?
I did not say they're not qualified, and I didn't say that
What
they qualify.
if
I
she's
said
saying if she's
it's
saying
based
that
on.
black women are more literate than black men as a collective in
Okay.
general? Black
So
women have
okay.
higher life expectancy rates.
Yeah,
Have
yeah, you do have a point. Your
hold
point there,
on.
but that's
I'm
just
gonna
one
land it.
point.
Listen,
Okay.
easy. Go on
I'm
mute. I'm
easy.
gonna land
I'm
it, and you're
easy.
gonna respond. You're gonna respond. I'm gonna land it. If she is saying black women have higher literacy rates than black men, higher educational attainment rates than black men, higher life expectancy than black men, higher or lower incarceration rates than black men, higher employment rates than black men, why are you saying that? Why then would it be that we don't qualify? If you literally said it yourself, it depends on the experience. So this is our experience. Wouldn't it be that we qualify to tell you and you don't qualify to tell us? You can respond.
Okay. So I will use myself because it's an example, right? So I'll use
Don't use
myself as an
yourself. This is a general conversation. Everything I
well.
said was
Well,
general.
if we gonna be generalized, then we can't say every single black man don't take advice or every single black man
This is what I'm saying
thinks.
about the educational attainment rates, right? Or the under education of black men. Quite literally, I cannot generalize and then say all men. All means there are no exceptions, and general means there are. So literally the word literally. This is a general conversation where we're talking about the majority or most or more than two. I'm not saying all. You was up here when I explained to Black Power, I'm in community with great black men. That's not the conversation. Even those great black men don't qualify to tell black women anything. You know why? Because they fucking don't. They don't do it. They don't
Okay.
tell black women anything. They speak to men. The fuck?
So okay, I understand that, and I've experienced that too, also because I do have siblings, female, and yeah, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. Um, but also, like I said, there is men out here that provide good advice to women. There is men out here that's trying to change the narrative and teaching young black boys how to communicate with women. Because that's one of the things in our
What I'm
community.
saying, by
That's
that
what
example, they already don't qualify.
you're still not. So okay. So let me say this, right? What qualify us or disqualify us to not give advice to black women,
Don't know words.
Misogyny,
right? Okay, so if you're being
Illiteracy.
generalized, right? So
Illiteracy.
okay,
Wait, hold
workforce
on, hold
all
on,
right.
hold
So
participation.
I'm
on.
gonna use.
Easy. Hold on. Let's do this. Allie said you don't know words. Dr. Rita said what you said, Dr. Rita?
Misogyny.
BPG said what you said, BPG?
Illiteracy.
Literacy. Well, so you and Allie are in agreement essentially. Wife, mom, what did you say?
Workforce participation and lack of and father abandonment.
Okay. So, but these are things that we were already talking about with him, right? We had already said these things earlier, so he's still back on it. So there you go. Those are the things that they're saying. My fault, y'all, because I was writing it down. So again, we're back at this is why black men don't qualify: literacy, misogyny, workforce participation, and parenting skills or lack thereof. Does that answer your question? Oh, somebody said violence. We're gonna take that one down. That's important.
Okay,
So now
so
those are the things to answer your
so
question. Do you
my
have a
advice.
response?
Okay, so I'm seeking advice, right? I'm seeking advice
Hold on, too.
because
Easy, easy. Those were, you asked the question, what makes it that black men don't qualify? Those were the answers. What is your response to
okay,
those answers?
so my response is right. If that's what you guys are saying, generalize. That's what you're saying. That's a sense. That's a consensus, right? So what am I supposed to teach my black boys? Because I have two black boys right now. I have two bachelorettes and two master's degree, right? Both my boys, hold on. Both my boys are in college.
You
One
said
is about to
bachelorette
graduate.
or bachelors?
Bachelors. I said bachelors,
You said bachelorette. You
right?
see what I'm
You said
saying? Like,
bachelorette.
Baccalaureate. It's a baccalaureate. It's my accent. Sorry, baccalaureate, and then the
Baccalaureate.
bachelors,
It's
right?
baccalaureate.
And then the
Not
back. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me land
Doing
my
the
plane.
thing. You
Let me
are
land my plane,
doing the
please.
thing. Easy,
I
easy,
know,
easy.
I
You are
know,
doing the thing. The people are giving you correction. And
and
you
I
doing
understand,
it
and
and
I'm taking
handling.
correction,
No,
but
you
it's taken
not.
away from what I'm trying to say. It's taken away from the point I'm trying to make.
They
I get
trying to
it.
help you. You know what? That's
It's
on
not
you
about.
bitches.
Hold
That's
on,
on
hold
you
on,
That's
hold
bitches.
why
on,
I said
hold
stop
on,
doing
hold
the
on.
shit. That's why I said stop doing it. They hate you for doing it, so stop doing it.
Fuck is y'all niggas yelling about?
That nigga said helping him with the word is taken away from his point. You know what that sound like? Talking about the rates that black men abuse, grape, essay, unalive black women is taken away from the black unity. The black unity. That's a nervous cry. I mean, laugh. We watching it on the macro level. Go ahead, easy.
Ladies, y'all really got a show. Like honestly, y'all really got a show because y'all not letting us communicate with y'all right now. Y'all not.
You couldn't.
And
You couldn't
and
communicate. You got the word wrong.
every
Now
single
you're doing
time,
the
how
Darvo.
can
Who
okay?
was the one? Who was the one who said Darvo? Who mentioned that shit earlier?
That
Who
was
mentioned
me.
like literally niggas helping you, and you're saying this is the problem. Helping me is the problem, which is what Dr. Rita was saying. Mr. Work that gin. I'm gonna drop you because you're stupid. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even want to engage. I ain't gonna lose brain cells. Yeah, he ran. Child, open up the schools.
Yeah, that was me that mentioned Darvo earlier, and I think that was a prime example of it. Like taking advice from men, even if you were to encounter men who know a little bit about a thing, when I tell you, you would regret so deeply your decision to be like, hey, so how does this work? How does that, just asking men advice will immediately launch you into what I could only describe as a fever dream, truthfully, of them glazing themselves, honestly, just like he did. They like the moment that you ever go, oh, okay, you had a point. Where did you learn that from? Well, my background with, I have 16 masters, I got 3 doctorates, I got 2 associate's degrees, and a pilot license, and that's the reason why, but my wife, I just bought her a Benz, so and 2 houses, and my daughter, and it's like, sir, I just asked you, I said, wow, that's a great way to get to the next gas station. I just wanted directions. Like that's literally it. And they go off into these tangents to try to express how amazing they are because they know that they're not. Like, and instead of, even when it's time for correction, when they very obviously point out to us, like when you talk about vetting, when they show us that they are absolutely uneducated, that they just they don't read, like in real life. That's not something that we making up. When they show us that and they're corrected because of the fact that they don't read, now it's offensive. Now it's hurtful. Now it's, y'all just don't want to listen to me because blah, blah, blah. No, we don't want to listen to you because you're not worth listening to. It's not about a personal feeling or a personal attack. It really is like, you've proven that you don't read. You've proven that you have no knowledge base for which, you coming up with these weird talking points, and nobody wants to hear it. Like, and that's got to be okay for you, sir.
That shit was insane. It happens so frequently. Mind you, he was about to put it on women. What was that infographic that we saw, Dr. Rita, from the men in the black men in the 1980s who said the biggest issue that they have with black women is the way we communicate?
Yep, and that we have more opportunities than them.
Given
But
to
yeah,
us by the white man.
they really do believe and that notion that we're in cahoots with the white man and have more opportunities. It's old. I think a lot of people think it's new because they hear it on this app, but that is old. That was in 1983. So they were asking black boomers and black silent generation men that question, and they were saying that shit.
Of black women put black men out the house for the white man's food stamps. High key. So it's older than that. It's the moment that black women started getting rights through feminism, through activism rather.
We got the right to have our own bank account. Keep it like if we're gonna truly keep it real, it was the moment when we didn't have to give them our money because we've always worked. We never had the luxury of being housewives. We've always worked. But once we were able to keep our money for ourselves and get property in our own name, that's when we were suddenly in cahoots with the white men, right? The same way when black people stopped working for free, white people started calling us lazy. When black women got the right to be adults, black men started calling us masculine.
I'll open it up. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Fly, Black Wife Mom, Allie, BPG?
Well, I was just laughing because I don't know. It's just not that serious in general. Like if he slipped up and said, he did say bachelorette instead of bachelors. I don't see why that made him so angry. But that's all for now. That's all I wanted to input. Also, I don't know. Fly.
Yeah, that's I switched to Bluetooth. Oh, can you all still hear me? I hope so.
Unfortunately.
All right. So that was funny. That's actually one of my pet peeves on TikTok is you generalize. People don't understand what a generalization is. And it's like, dude, you got a supercomputer in your hand. But host, I never actually answered the original prompt. If you want me to do that, I would start talking about colors and stuff. I think it has something to do with, are black men entitled to tell black women anything? And I would say no. The average dude walking down the street to tell black women something, no. What you're supposed to do is listen to your dads or your uncles, the men in your family. Those are the men that are supposed to be giving you advice. A dude pumping gas at the gas station talking about why don't you smile more. I mean, okay. I mean, walking around with a mean mug, it's not a good look, but does he have is he entitled to tell you that? No, he can't. We got free speech in this country. You can say whatever you want.
And women should listen to the men in their family?
If you're going to take advice from men about something, I would start there, not just some dude that's trying to hit on you in the club, just some random
Hey,
dude.
women aren't doing that though. Like it's not. You keep making these unrealistic scenarios. Women running into burning buildings, and you telling them don't do it, and they like, well, I'm just a girl. I got to do it anyway. Like taking advice from random drunk niggas in the club that's grinding on you and trying to put his finger in your pants. Like your scenarios be insane. Like, can we at least make them realistic? When we say that black men have low literacy rates, life expectancy rates, high incarceration rates, and low employment rates, Do you think that we not talking about our daddies and our uncles and our brothers and our cousins?
Are you saying that most black women's mothers marry losers? Lord Jesus, I can't believe you just said that. You saying your mamas are failing by marrying
Most of our
losers?
mothers aren't married. Mine was,
Why
but most of our mothers weren't married.
why did you jump past all of the men? Because
What?
hold on. I find it odd that you said listen to the men in your family. And then when we say, mind you, your original statement was fathers should choose. This is why fathers should choose partners for their daughters. That was your original statement. So if we're moving with the assumption that both men and women are listening to their fathers, why is it now women are choosing bad?
The choices are bad, and he knows it.
Yeah, I think it's so odd when they do this shit. That
When I said that, host, the assumption was that everything was done proper and in order. Your mom and your
that's
dad
not.
got
Hold
married,
on,
they met each other.
hold on a
Huh?
second. Hold on a second.
Okay.
That's not realistic. Like you keep doing this thing where you're not speaking in reality. Can you speak in reality? Like I think that would make the conversation less tumultuous for me, not for you. So for the first time in your life, do something that benefits a woman. You said the women should be listening to the men in their family, and I'm asking you if you don't think that what we were saying disqualifies black men from telling us anything. It excludes the men in our family. So can you sit with the fact that your daddy wasn't shit, your grandfather wasn't shit, your brother wasn't shit, you ain't shit? Like, and I'm not saying you specifically, but can you sit with that?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. All right, so
Because the issue is that
it,
men are the problem, right? Men are the problem. Like we're talking about black men having low literacy rates. Some of y'all grandfathers and daddies couldn't read. But those are our grandfathers and our daddies too. So when you say choose better, how do you choose your dad? How do you choose your brother? How do you choose your cousin? How do you choose your uncle? That choose better is a victim blaming statement that doesn't speak to the larger whole, doesn't speak to the collective. We're never going to be able to, and this is why this is another reason why black men don't qualify to tell black women anything. Because say you do tell me choose better. How can you do that if you can't even acknowledge that these men don't qualify? How can you give that advice?
okay, so the assumption is not that all men are crazy losers, right? The majority of men are just average. It's the bell curve. Just regular dudes working a regular job,
No, that's not. We're talking
$54,000.
about black men. Fly. On average, black men read at what? A sixth grade literacy rate?
Yep.
That's on average. So you're saying the average fifth grade. So I was being gracious. So the average black man walking down the street is undereducated. Already, that's a disqualifier.
Okay, so you want to continue to have a discussion about the loser men you don't want, or should we talk about the merits of the men that you would like to get?
We're not talking about men that I want. We're talking about the average black man. That's what you said. The average man walking down the street. I'm only saying black men because that's who my prompt is about. So I'm assuming you're talking about black men as well.
I am.
Y'all say women need. You don't want to make the connection. I got you, Dr. Rita. I need to get this out. You don't want to make the connection. How can you tell women choose better if the things that lead to violence, like the thing that's gonna mean that man is most likely to put his hands on you, is or be misogynistic or controlling or engaging in coercive controlling behaviors is his literacy rate. The thing that's going to determine his likelihood of going to jail is his literacy rate. If the average black man reads at a 5th grade level, he already doesn't qualify to be a partner. Already. Like, these are the correlations made by research. I'm not making this shit up. So again, choose better. If y'all want black women to choose better, that means not choosing y'all at all. Can you make that correlation? I'm in that question. I really don't expect you to respond. You living in a delusion. Go ahead, Dr. Rita, and then we're gonna go to Kay.
Just want to say thanks to black women and Barack Obama, most of the black men that can read are too young for us. Because literacy in black men is negatively correlated with age, which basically means the older they are, the less likely they can read. The younger they are, the more literate they are.
So essentially what you're saying, Dr. Rita, is the worst people to ask for advice is your goddamn father and grandfather.
Correct.
And now let's tie it into this. This is not just for women, Fly. This is for men as well. Because when we look at the research surrounding the male loneliness epidemic and the feelings that men have regarding loneliness, if they are partners, the woman is the number one person they will turn to. Then the women that are friends, or the sisters, the mothers, the last person a man is most likely to speak to regarding his issues with his emotional instability is his father. Like, quite literally, men ain't shit. Y'all are not showing up for yourselves. You're not showing up for your children. I don't know why this is such a hard concept to grasp. You are the one, like, this goes back to that thing he said about LeBron. Y'all see value in each other because y'all want other people to see value in you. But you're giving yourself the title of provider and protector and of the status of somebody who, like, a valuable status or high status, high esteem, without doing the work. So that's why y'all have all these feelings around, or feel like, to Kay's prompt yesterday, women, y'all are losing access to women. And y'all only care about it from an intimate standpoint, but y'all are losing access to the women that are your own daughters, or the girls that are your own daughters. Like, they don't even want to be in community with you or have conversations with you. Everybody around men see the deficit in men except for men. And because y'all don't want to acknowledge that y'all are the problem, you're not getting better. You're not doing the work. And then you're making everybody around you miserable because y'all do DARVO, like BPG mentioned. Deny, attack, reverse victim to offender. Somebody's doing something to you. And like BPG said, a woman not serving you is an attack on you. A woman not allowing you to treat her like a doormat is an attack on you. Because why won't you let me have my masculinity? The white man said, if I put my fucking foot on your neck, then you was going to wash my dirty drawers. And your drawers is not getting washed unless y'all in jail. Matter of fact, I ain't going to hold you. You give the nigga that washed the drawers. But we do have new panelists. I want to get to Kay. Good morning,
Hold
Kay.
on 1 second. They got to scan my app for my coffee.
When it come to coffee, Sarah was in the comments, my husband's ready. When it come to coffee, I give y'all all the grace. Go ahead, Dr. Reed. I think you did have more to add. Then we'll open it up if Kay not ready.
I was just largely talking about the literacy rate. And somebody in the comments said, who raised them? The men with the lowest literacy rates had both parents. Like, you didn't even understand what you were listening to, and you just immediately jumped to who raised them. The men with the high literacy rates are the ones that were born to that lovely statistic that y'all like to cite so much, 70% unmarried. Those are the ones with the highest literacy rates. The ones that were born to 70% unmarried black women, those are the ones more likely to go to college than to go to prison. You can't even listen, so I know you can't read.
connection between the older generation, the literacy rate being correlated with age, and us saying that your father is the person that you should least likely go to for advice or to have a conversation with. He didn't tie that into, for me, I'm 1990. I was born 1990. My father would be 50 something, mid 50s, like Fly. Woo!
How old
Clock
I
it.
is?
Clock it.
Screaming. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, K-Boo.
Earning.
Yeah, I had a little change on my car. I said, let me treat myself to some coffee this morning. I feel like somebody ushered me up here to tell a nigga that they're not important. Like, they're not the main character. Like, literally, that is my role in this friend group. I specifically wake up with the sole intention of telling a man that he's not doing enough. Okay? So for anybody who even bounced up here to say that they qualified to tell anybody, like especially a black woman, anything, like, I'm here to tell you that on your best day, I'm talking, you went to school, you got your degree, you got a wife and 3 kids and a house. You still aren't qualified. You know why? Because at the very end of the day, the person who feels like they have so much to offer usually doesn't. If you walking around thinking that there's something, oh my God, there's something that women can learn from me, you already lost the plot, sir. Because what y'all fail to realize, and y'all realize it, y'all just dismiss it, women are already around here living their lives. They're already raising their children. They already have their careers. They are in spaces and in rooms that you guys would only dream of being in. And imagine, and the ladies already said it, imagine you with your 3rd to 5th grade reading level head ass coming up to me, who tested out, might I add, when it comes to reading comprehension, about how I should go about doing something in my life when you yourself don't even know how to fill out job applications. Y'all got women doing your resumes, filling out application for you. You can't even go on a home loan with your woman because your credit sucks. When we start talking about investment accounts and IRAs and things of that nature, you know nothing about it. Like, let's just talk about where you are in life compared to that woman that you want to humble so bad. And I can guarantee you, you are light years away from where she will ever be. You ain't
Hold on, Kay. I had brought him back up because he in the comments lying, saying he got dropped for reversing the prompt. I did drop him, but I invited him back a while ago, and he came back. TikTok dropped you, Goofy. Like, TikTok did that, not me. Jesus Christ. You can respond to the prompt, but you actually didn't. So I'm gonna let Kay finish, and then we'll give you another chance. Go on mute. Also, you got dropped that first time because you kept interrupting when it wasn't your turn.
Man, I didn't even know y'all was talking about me, to be honest. I'm just
That's why
sitting
you
here
got
fried and
dropped.
shit.
Like, you told J-Rock in the comments you got dropped because you said the same thing. Like, no.
Nah, I said I got banned, comment banned twice,
You
which I
got
did.
dropped.
I got comment banned twice.
This is J-Rock. This is why. The not paying attention, like the not being able to focus, the not being able to have the conversation. I already know what it's hitting for. We're going to let you go, Mr. Rock, after Kay finishes her point. Go ahead, Kay. I apologize. I was getting antsy waiting.
Not to mention the whining. Like, that's another thing. Like, y'all can't tell me nothing on the simple basis of one minor inconvenience in y'all life and y'all whining. You aren't solution oriented. You aren't resourceful. You wait on somebody to make a move, i.e., women won't let me lead and women won't let me be a leader. Like, you're waiting on somebody to make a move in order for you to be a man. You can't tell me shit. And that's respectfully. So for anybody in the comments talking about, oh, this is hate, this is that. Like, why don't you say, damn, that's where we at, where women think that about men, where women think that men don't bring any value because we some whiny fucking bitch. It's always an excuse. It's always what somebody else did. Even when we have these prompts, the first thing y'all come up here and say, well, women, no, I need you in all your manliness, I'm putting air quotes around that, to stand up in your shit. Like, you don't even need to be bringing up another bitch in an argument that is about you. That's where I landed. But y'all, like, I can tell you personally, can't none of y'all, especially y'all that come on these panels, can't tell me shit. You can't even tell me how to get to this motherfucking stop sign, and I'm looking at it. And I land.
Thank you, Kay. Don't limit it to men on the panels. Don't say, I know what you mean, but don't say especially men on the panels. Because ever since I've been hosting these lives, the men in real life are the men on the panels. Like, the men outside of this, they, especially after that what's that, sister song circle shit. But go ahead, Mr. I can't see your name. Mr. Work. Let's just call you Work. Go ahead, Work.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be talking about now. What do you want me to talk
Oh
about?
my God. Take Inuyasha out your fucking picture, my nigga.
'Cause-
Take Inuyasha.
Nah.
Please take him out your
What
profile.
is you talking about, nigga?
I left all my.
You don't get to gatekeep what anime I watch, bro. I'm a real nigga.
One second. I'm doing something. I left what's the name in the queue because it is heavy friendly. And I'm waiting for that box because we only
You can
got.
drop me down, saying if you need a
Okay.
prompt.
So Work. Do me a favor. Just tell me whether you agree or disagree with the prompt and why, without switching it to, well, if black men don't qualify to tell black women anything, then black women don't qualify to tell black. Like, tell me
The
whether you
whole
agree or
argument
disagree
is
and
moot
why.
if you don't switch it the other way around because it's like rules for thee but not for me. Like I just got out of another chat and they were all talking about all men should be aborted and then talking about, oh, we should just stop reproducing. It's like, bro, that shit sounds dumb as hell. Like and then you guys are over here like pretty much doing the same thing but like watered down.
How are you getting?
It's like you're saying stuff that you know is gonna get dudes in the chat and make them mad, and then you're pretty much invalidating everything they say, and then cutting them off before they can actually make a point, like you did for me. Like dead ass.
You're still not gonna make a point.
What?
You
What do
had
you
a
mean?
chance
You
to
made
make
my
a point.
point, bro. I've been made my
You had a
point.
chance to address the
I said,
prompt, and you did
if you're
everything
gonna talk
but
about
you were crying about getting dropped because you didn't
nobody
answer the
crying,
prompt, and you still didn't
ain't
answer the
nobody,
fucking prompt.
ain't
I just want you to know this is why he got treated the way he got treated. We trying to have a conversation with you.
y'all won't let me talk, bro. Like what the
You're
fuck?
not talking about the prompt though. You're talking about what
I
happened
was
prior.
talking about the prompt, but you keep cutting me the fuck off. And y'all stay talking about,
I'm not
I'm
gonna hold you.
crying,
All of
I'm
that,
whining,
all
bro.
of that,
I'm
all of
fucking
that tough
21,
talk ain't
bro.
doing
Like
it.
I'm
Nah, I
20
know that
fucking
has
one.
to
I'm
be.
probably the youngest one up in it.
Thank you. Who's next?
Oh shit. That shit is crazy. Sit boy for Inuyasha is diabolical. I love that, God. Go ahead, M-Dog88. Nigga almost turned me into Kikyo. Tell me whether you agree or disagree with the prompt and why.
I can agree and disagree. Uh, I don't necessarily know all men qualify to tell black women anything, but I would say black women don't qualify to be told anything.
Okay, I
Right?
just need you to say whether you agree or disagree. Not it can be
I
both. 'Cause-
disagree.
Okay, and then I also want to add, because it might be some reading comprehension. This don't say all black men. All means without exceptions. This is a general conversation, which means that there are exceptions.
So we can go with most, over 50%. Is that what we're doing? I'm okay with that.
You know what? Let's put all. Let's put all. Let's
Let
put
him
all
prove
on
the
that
prompt then.
motherfucker. Let's put all on that motherfucker. Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
let him prove
that's
it.
the only time the conversation shouldn't be general. No black man qualifies to tell black women anything. Now you can respond.
I don't agree. But I would say um, all black men shouldn't even try to tell black women anything. All black women aren't deserving of black men's advice, black men's protection, black men's provision. So, okay, what's your point?
Can I
And
ask
we
who
don't want
specific?
it. That's the thing.
Well,
You
you don't
aren't
have to
qualified.
listen.
We don't want it.
Cool. You don't have to listen.
Let Abby go and then you.
I would say that 99% of black women don't qualify for good
Wait
black
a
man
minute.
advice.
M Dog, Allie was speaking to you. You doing the weird thing. It's gonna be hard for me to believe that you qualify to say anything if you can't even acknowledge that somebody was addressing you.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did she say?
By what black women you're talking about, or you said 99% after I was about to ask the question, but I just wanted to see the specifics on that. Can you identify what would disqualify?
Single motherhood, any criminal activity, poor, reckless decisions, a feeling that body count doesn't matter, a feeling that promiscuity is a cool thing. I can have buckets if it helps.
All the red pill talking points, huh?
I'm not red pill. I'm character.
Wait, hold on.
And if
It's still
and if
Allie.
you
Dr. Rita is still Allie. Dr. Rita is still Allie. Y'all gotta let Allie go, please.
go ahead.
Then we're gonna go to Kay and Dr. Rita.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Does it also mean that the men who are critiquing the women by those identifiers also have to not have those things against them? So, like,
Yes.
are men okay? So men who are also not promiscuous, I'm assuming virgins until they're married, men who have not been locked up or done any criminal activity, men who are not single fathers, they don't get the ability or range or floor foundation to critique anybody. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I didn't say I don't think a man or a woman has to be a virgin, but that's different than saying body count don't matter. I think if you a man dragging your oranges in the street, you just as trashy. Or if you're a woman that say body count don't matter. So you don't have to be a virgin. So I never said that. But you
Okay,
do
because
have to.
usually
You
when
do have
people
to.
talk about body count, they're talking about someone being virtuous or being pure.
Not being pure. There's difference being pure and racking up 50 bodies.
So, M Dog, the same rules that I apply to my friends, that's Kay and Dr. Rita, which is to let Ali finish her sentences, applies to you. Again, I'm struggling with how you are the authority to say anything when you can't even let a woman finish.
I'll mute up.
Go ahead, sir. I'm wanting you to clarify that statement. So they don't have to be a virgin. So what is what's the number before it starts to become excessive?
Over one a year. How about that? If you are 30 and you have greater than 10 bodies, you're probably a little promiscuous. But you know what? We can just go by the CDC. The CDC says
Hold on one
that
second before you go into that point. You said if you're 30 and you have over 10 bodies, that math doesn't equate to each other.
What do you mean?
Because, okay, so you initially said that the person doesn't have to be a virgin. So, in our teenage years, a lot of us start to become sexually active. But
That's not. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said you was going to go on mute, and you ain't on mute. So you're going against your own standards for yourself. So
We're going back and forth.
Yes,
right?
but you are going back and forth while she's speaking, and she's not doing that to you.
And I told her I apologized that I was silent.
And then you
I did not
continue the behavior. And then you continue the behavior. So the best thing you can do right now so we could have a good faith conversation, is to go on mute. I am probably 10 to 15 years younger than you, and I should not be managing your executive functioning abilities on a panel in front of 200, damn near 300 people. Go ahead, Allie.
Okay, so some of us have started to become sexually active in our teenage years. But you're saying if you have more than 10 bodies by the time that you're 30, that wouldn't equate to at least one partner a year. That's what I was trying to get some clarity on. Go ahead.
Well, I was making the assumption that you didn't start in your teen years, but
Okay,
you
if you started
started.
at 18, it would be 12. 12 years from 18, then you're 30. That
You are
means
doing
that,
the same thing to me. I was talking and you stepped on me. If
yeah, I'm the host,
This
so.
her shit. Hey, drop me from this shit because I hate this bitch.
Yep. So based off of your own math, and that's the point that Allie's making, it's 12 years from the age of 18. Say you started being sexually active from the legal age of 18, it would be 12 people by your own standards or logic, one a year. It would be 12 minimum would make you not promiscuous by the time you're 30. Hope that helps.
I will say, I think that part of it is they desire the men for themselves. It was a man in the comments that said earlier that this is the reason why a lot of men are DL, which is insanely interesting to me. Because, yeah, you going out and getting some wee wee on the low absolutely has nothing to do with how women feel. Like, you would still need to like weenus. But
But
yeah,
the math don't math,
no,
because
it
this has got to
doesn't.
be
It doesn't. The math
this got
doesn't
to be
make
boy
sense.
math. So if women being promiscuous or is the reason why you should be DL, but you're going to go with the gender that is known for promiscuity without the double standard, which means they're more than likely to have double or triple the amount of sexual partners than that woman. Where's the logic? Like, women are promiscuous. I'm gonna go to the more promiscuous people.
But that's why I brought up the DL thing, because that if you add in that factor, the math does math. Because if you're a man, the logic is supposed to be, if you're a man, you're supposed to have a lot of bodies by the time that you marry, because women like experience. But if you're a woman, then the experience that you enjoy is only from a man having multiple partners and not from you having multiple partners. Like, you are only allowed to have 4 or 5, and I think that could make you, a whore as well. But you're only supposed to have 4 or 5 bodies by the time you're 30, but he's supposed to have 30 to 35 bodies by the time he's 30. The math is the part of the equation that's missing is the fact that they are sleeping with other men. Like, and this is not at all in any way, shape, form meant to be homophobic, but it is to draw attention to the fact that if the women are not supposed to be sleeping with anybody, but the men are supposed to be sleeping with everybody, then the conclusion would be that they are trying to sleep with each other. Like, that's the only way that would even make sense in a
Can I make a
in a
comment?
perfect world. Because
Can
y'all
I?
would have to be trying to sleep with each other. Like, that's the only way that actually works. Because if women can't have high body counts in order to gain experience, but men have to have high body counts in order to gain experience, then that tells you the experiences that they are trying to have is with other men.
That's illogical, and that's woman math.
We want to get back to the conversation between Allie and M Dog. M Dog, you can respond to
So
what
the only thing I would
he
say
said.
about the logic is there's millions more black women than men, and the fact
No,
that
it's
when
not.
They're not. It's
It's
not.
not.
it
What?
is there's it
We're
is.
about 1-to-1, if I'm not
We are
mistaken.
not even close to 1-to-1. Just look at the last census. There's like 21.4 million black women and almost 19.2 million black men. So I only deal in facts. You can get emotional if you want, but there's millions more of you than us. And the fact that a woman reverts to it must be a DL thing, that shows weakness in your character
Man in the comments said that. You weren't even listening.
Well, I
A
don't look at
man
the
in the
comments.
comments said that.
M Dog, a man in the comments said that.
I I was
I thought you dealt
I
in
talked to the
facts.
panelists. I don't read the comments. I talked to the panelists. And
But
she made that
but
statement.
A man in the
she
comments said that, sir. Follow along the
She
conversation.
started, okay.
Stop, deviate from your bitch ass script and engage in the conversation. She said, a man in the comments said that. Boy, catch up, Mustard.
Are we back? Okay. Back to what you were saying, sir. So a woman, by the time that she's 30, I'm gonna just round it up to what the math really is 12 bodies. So 12 bodies isn't too much for you. If she doesn't have over 12, are we to assume that the men aren't supposed to match that or have a lower body count than that?
So supposed to assume that we only hunt people of the same race.
And of the same or of the opposite sex. Because I mean, even though you're quoting that there's 21.6 or 21.9 women, that's not to assume that all of them are going to be heterosexual. But go ahead, I'm listening. Are you there, sir? Let me send you an invite. Maybe your mic is messing up.
Okay.
Hey.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I assume that there are going to be a certain amount of people that are going to be non-heterosexual. I don't care about that. And I would hope that you would have less than 10 bodies. Because the fact is that, when and you can look up the number, when our women have a over 50% HPV2 rate, we're having too much random sex. This is not a hard thing. And promiscuous
what's the
sex,
men's rate?
almost
I got okay, so
promiscuous
I wrote down what you got for the
sex,
women. Hold on, I wrote what you got down for the women. What did you get for the men?
what's that? The HPV?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would assume it's the same thing. It could be the same thing. Man, you shouldn't be having promiscuous sex. It's bad for anyone. We're at our most infected rate than ever, not the least.
And where are and which demographic of women that are black women where are they getting it from?
It doesn't say where they get it from. It
It
just
does. It
says what
says
you.
it says it's married women getting it from their husbands.
Getting HPV too. It does not say that.
HPV, HIV, all of
No,
them.
they don't even categorize those as the same two things. And if 60,
All of the STDs, the growing rate of STDs in general in black women are coming from married women who are getting it from their husbands. You can look that up, M-Dog. I thought you said you dealt in facts.
The number he's getting is from 2015. So he's talking about Gen Xers. Yeah. So it's not even this generation because we know that this generation is the least active generation in American history, and they're trying to make that a problem. They're trying to pathologize that. Right. He's talking about the generation before the vaccine for it. Maybe he doesn't know that a vaccine came out for it. I don't know. But he's talking about the last generation that would have been affected by it. And before that, shut up while I'm talking. There's no reason for you to start talking right now. He's talking about the generation before there was a vaccine for it, and before there was a vaccine for it, it was widespread across all races, not just black people. Because men were silent carriers.
Don't tell me what I'm talking about.
Men were carriers, but they weren't considered afflicted by it because it was a cause of cervical cancer.
You keep telling me what I'm talking about.
Ever since GSK released the vaccine.
She's a statistician. She writes this fucking research.
HPV is one of the first epidemiological assessments I made. One of the first epidemiological assessments that I made. because weird ass men didn't want to get their daughters vaccinated for it because they thought it was sexualizing their daughters when they were actually the ones sexualizing their daughters, because we wanted to get them vaccinated before they had their debut. So once again, the number that he is quoting is before we started to vaccinate 7th grade girls for it. And the reason we started vaccinating 7th grade girls for it is because so many men out here were carriers of it and didn't know, because men tended to be asymptomatic. It had nothing to do with promiscuity.
So
It
yeah,
was just out here.
Not
Yep.
true. Not
Hold
true.
on. M Dog, please stop. You're talking to women about women's
Okay,
business,
listen, if you're not gonna let
women's
me talk,
businesses, and women's fields. Like I already told y'all, I contributed to the HP vaccine during the studies and the trials. So this is like really we live this shit. So you said women need to stop being promiscuous when you were speaking about the rates that they catch HPV. Now that you know that the newfound information, but also that a lot of most it's contracted through men. Now that you know it's contracted through men, would you like to like change that instead of saying like women need to stop being promiscuous and say like husbands need to be loyal, or men need to start getting tested, or like even
if
the information about our daughters, would you like to tell men like, hey, now the age that they're giving the vaccines to young girls is 9, you can like, because I know you said you speak in facts. Can you now like advise
well,
the men,
some
or
of her stuff wasn't facts. And I don't care what degree she thinks she has, I can read too.
you said it was 1 million more black women than men?
At least.
Said 2.
At least. I think
So
it's
from
2.
19, okay.
You want to pull the census?
The thing about the
He don't
ratio of black men to
so
black
he don't
women
even
is
know
age graded.
he doesn't even know about the missing black men, but that's neither here nor
It's
there.
also age
Oh
graded, Sam.
Lord.
So when we are at our prime ages, it's almost equal. The ratio of black men to black women starts to taper off because they don't live well over 65. And we do. We tend to live to 80 and they tend to live to 65.
Not anymore, you don't.
Yeah, we actually
Your
bypass
life expectancy is
why
going
he came
backward.
in. So when you talk about life expectancy, once again, because you don't know what you're talking about, when you're talking about life expectancy, you're talking about the number of years a person is expected to live at 0. So you're not finna get up here and say that black women's life expectancy is decreasing when it's not.
I came to do the thing. So, M Dog, where did you matriculate?
He doesn't know what matriculate means. You'll probably have to
No, I know
explain.
he
Yeah.
doesn't, but he wanted to tell me that he was smarter than my whole entire family.
Oh,
He had
I
he
bet you
had
I am.
more.
I bet you I am.
Where
Yep.
did you matriculate?
Where did I get educated at? What university? Is that what you need to know?
Are you going to answer the question?
Duke.
Tell Duke they need to revoke that diploma, bitch.
Damn.
Why did
Shout out to Kemet for the Cash App. Shout out to Hyper for the Cash App. I don't know if this needs to stay up, Allie. I'm bringing Kate up. Wait, is it full? It's full then. Oh, okay, she up here. I'm gonna put you on mute.
I wasn't gonna say nothing to that man because he's not gonna believe anything that goes against his worldview. I feel like I blocked him a while ago, but he's been on here for years saying the same shit. Like, he's another one of those weird ones that like follows all of us and like is always in our lives and ain't learned a
He went to the
motherfucking
school
thing
of Charles.
in years. I can't with people like that.
How about seeing Mellow Man Fresh was in here earlier saying the same shit, and I'm
Exactly.
like,
It's
you
another
know,
Mellow. Like, follow us, sit in the lives every day for years. I'm talking about 3+ years at this point, and ain't learned a single thing. Still come here every day just to argue and reinforce the worldview they already have. Like, go find somebody, go find somewhere where you agree. Go find somebody to reinforce your worldview. Coming in here wanting to argue, but you're not going to listen to it. It doesn't matter if it's a doctor, a statistician, the president, it don't matter who say it. If it's not what he already believes, he's not accepting the information.
you saying he came to prove the prompt?
Correct.
And I came up here but Dr. Rita was eating him up with the HPV information, but there are literally 18 or 19 strains of HPV, and there are only a subgroup that cause cervical cancer, which is why with women testing for HPV, we have to do a colposcopy to
You
make
got
sure
bars.
that they don't have. Sorry.
Never mind. It's getting better. It's getting better. Go ahead. Let's see.
No, I was going to say they have to do a colposcopy to ensure that it isn't cancerous. So even though a person may test positive for HPV, it may not necessarily be a strain that causes cervical cancer. But men are most definitely the primary carriers of HPV. They give it to women, and because it manifests in our body in a different way, we are susceptible to cervical cancer.
The reason women are going to have higher prevalence. The reason women are going to have higher prevalence is because we have to get a PAP to get our birth control. They don't get tested.
You also have to get a PAP when you're pregnant.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the census, like saying that, oh, there's this many more women than men. Like, the census has to be answered for you to be counted. Like, it's not, it's as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong. As far as I know, you have to, there's only so much they can do to count people who don't answer the census. So the census doesn't count everybody that exists. It's just everybody they can count. So it's not a shocker that they are able to count more Black women than they're able to count Black men.
And you have to factor in you can't count homeless people. And
Right.
Black men tend to make up a good portion of homeless people. So for him to say there's only 19 million Black men to the ratio of Black women, he don't even know that homeless people are not counted.
This is the form, so bright light, bright light.
So I like the information Rita gave with the life expectancy rate contributing to those numbers. But also, I'm gonna just read this real fast, y'all. Sorry for the AI psychosis, but 1.5 million Black men between the ages of 25 and 54 who are absent from daily life due to premature mortality and high incarceration rates are also, I think, not counted. So it says it also frequently refers to demographic undercounting and the disproportionate number of missing person cases involving people of color. But the thing I'm reading is pointing to the 1 point. So it's not 1 million no more. It's 1.5 million. Rita, they are just missing, and they saying disproportionate incarceration rates account for roughly a third of the missing population of young and middle-aged Black men. So yeah, that's a part of it.
Here to swab people for HPV sin. I'm sorry, because I'm gonna lose a reception. I'm going into a bad area over this bridge. But before I go swabbing people with HPV, I think he was talking about HSV2. Because to say HPV2 when there are so many different strains, I think he was talking about HSV2. Maybe that's what he meant. But still,
The United States, everybody got herpes. If
I
you
said,
are
ain't that
one
like
of the
the flu?
people like myself who was fortunate enough to go and test negative, then fine. But most Americans are running around with it and don't know it. If he want to talk about the CDC,
I think he just wanted to prove the point that they all want to prove that the women are just going around just indiscriminately sleeping with everybody, even though so many of them are incels. Like it's never, and I'm gonna keep saying it, it's never the men that's sleeping with all the women talking about the women going around sleeping with everybody. It's always the men that ain't got none in 5 years. Like, because when Sin brought up the fact that the largest growing demographic of people that are contracting STDs like at the fastest rates are married women. He completely skipped past that and started talking about, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, but he just conveniently skipped past that because then, okay, well, that doesn't fit our narrative because, oh, they're getting it from their cheating ass husbands and not from just going around sleeping around with random people. It's not even single women that are contributing to this growth rate. It's the married women because they are sleeping with, and I've said this before this study or whatever even came out, I've been saying that it makes sense to me because obviously when you're married, you're less likely to use protection. Like most married people are probably not doing that because you're married. You trust your partner. Like you might be on birth control, so you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. Married people don't use protection. And honestly, even people in committed relationships are less likely to use protection. So most of the time when STDs are transferred, and I used to work in a health clinic in high school, most of the time, it's people in full blown committed relationships. It ain't women that they be coming in with their boyfriend. It ain't from people sleeping around. It's from getting comfortable in your relationship and trusting your partner and not using protection with your trusted partner.
We put in there coercion, Shan, because let's be honest,
Okay, wrap it up. We got to get to Toya.
only because men are notorious for wanting to refuse to use condoms even when you want to.
Hey, Toya, how you doing? Can you tell me whether you agree or disagree with the prompt? Toya, are you there? I'm gonna invite you to turn your mic on. Going once, going
I'm
twice.
sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm kind of torn. You know, I do agree with most of what y'all saying. Like, even if I ask my father, he will, I was like, men are trash. You know, when I get frustrated, he agrees. He says, yes, men are trash. But he also comes from an era where, you know, there was a lot of misogyny. And so he has those misogynistic views. But my father is the person who gave me most of my good information, you know, and I'm married to like wonderful husband who gives great advice. And so, you know, it's like being torn because yes, you see this on a bigger level, right? When we start talking about statistics and things like that. But on the flip side, it's like in your personal life, like what is those relationships?
Why they, yo, what? What did she say?
What
She got
happened?
hit.
Why we
She got
do
hit with a
this?
restriction. I had to drop her.
Oh, damn.
What happened? What did she say?
She centered herself.
No, Toya, you can't come back up right now. They gonna make you wait 10 minutes. What the? I never seen that before.
Child.
They said, what? I didn't even hear her curse or anything.
Was it because they heard her driving?
Oh, was you?
She centered herself.
to block public.
That's big fish. $1,000.
Oh, I was about to say it's free. Free 99. But yeah, to respond to the little bit that she did get to say, because damn, Toya, what you do, girl? I think that I understand what you're saying from a personal standpoint, but the prompt isn't really personal. It's talking about like basically what you said in the beginning, that for the most part, they're not qualified to tell us anything. Now, if you personally have Black men in your life that you listen to, that you get advice from, that you take guidance from, that's fine. That's great. But collectively, as a whole, because this isn't talking about all Black men, right? It's talking about Black men as a collective, Black men in general. collectively, they don't qualify to tell Black women collectively anything. Now, what your daddy or your husband is telling you ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China.
Can I also
She
say?
confirmed. Go ahead, Ali.
No, go ahead.
Okay, quickly. Why isn't misogyny a disqualifier? Like, if you saying he's the reason why you met your amazing husband, like, how do you know that your father didn't teach you to avoid some red flags so that you can be a married woman? Because the misogyny would tell him that you need to be partnered with a man to even have value in society. Go ahead, Allie.
And our fathers, grandfathers, brothers, uncles, cousins, they respond to us differently than how they, or maybe they don't. Let me hold on. Let me think this through how I want to say this. They will tell us something, but then they will say and do another thing. So like, example, your dad will tell you you're a lovely young lady. You got a lot going for yourself. You're one of the good Black women. And then we'll turn around in the barbershop and say, these Black women ain't shit. They don't know how to cook. So like, there's like a, like they be hypocritical depending on who the audience is. And so I think that disqualifies them from saying things to Black women. Black women, their message across the board has been consistent and the same. But Black men become very, very fickle in their message depending on who they're talking to.
I think that's a really great point because to what you're saying, that how does that hypocrisy fall on other women? Like how does that misogyny fall on other women? Because we already know that rhetoric causes harm. So what you're saying, you in the barbershop with your homeboys talking shit about women, and he thinks you're an amazing person, but quite literally, his advice and the things he's saying to other men would be teaching them to mistreat young ladies like yourself. Thank you, Ali. I think that that's a really great point.
It definitely is, because most of us, even when we think about our dads and the advice that they told us, or maybe, let me speak for myself, let me not project. A lot of the advice that our dads give us, when you grow up and you look at and you find out and you learn more about them and how they were living their life, it's like, wait a minute now. So you want it differently from your daughter than what you was doing to other people's daughters, including my goddamn mama? Hold on.
Clock that. Because my daddy can't tell me shit but about fishing and flowers, baby. That bitch can grow some flowers and he can catch some fish. As soon as he put that rod in the water, he catching them fish. That's the only thing he can tell me about.
And my dad gave great advice. Great advice. He's a big part of the reason I am the way I am, if I'm gonna be honest. My mama too. But he's a big part of the reason for that. But at the same time, it's a very sobering experience to grow up and learn more about your father and realize, like, you was talking from personal experience, you dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, I think those videos that be going viral with the young women, it just be like they video in the sound, and it'll just be the words, like they not even talking. It'd be like that moment you find out your father is just a nigga. Like they always so sad to me.
Yeah, the
'Cause it's
saxophones be getting loud as fuck.
Yeah, because it's like for us, when we have children, we start, generally, we start doing everything in our power to make ourselves better or to be better. So for our children, for ourselves. And it's like the men just be going on how they be going. Shut up, pup. Look like that fucking meme. Don't forget the kufi. They got on that kufi. But yeah, where we at? It is 9:52 and 2:42 people in the room. What y'all trying to do? What y'all finna get into? Y'all want a hot restart or what? Matter of fact, did y'all like the prompt?
I love this
Oh,
prompt.
this was inspired by Pub. Matter of fact, because I woke up this morning and I was like, I gotta catch up. I like to let him make a couple videos and then I binge watch like a good Netflix show. And one of his more recent videos was speaking to how often men like how like they have these like shifting standards for women. So I know we have the conversation all the time, but that was hot on my mind, and I was like, yeah, y'all shouldn't be saying shit to women. Like, stop talking to women. As a matter of fact, I get mad as fuck anytime I see a video of a man on TikTok saying anything to women on any platform.
Literally
or,
on
or
GP.
talking
I
about
don't care what
promiscuous
they saying.
women.
As soon as I know that they talking to women, they directing their advice to swipe. Shut the fuck up.
And you know, women, one thing y'all need to pay attention to. Listen, move around. Move around. Just leave that. Talk to the niggas.
Cause you
Talk to
know, if
them.
women, if ain't nobody ever told you, somebody told me. Shut the fuck up.
And honestly, my biggest pet peeve about getting advice from men is that the advice is never really actually good advice if you really think about it. It's that broke clock theory. My bad, I don't mean to chew on the phone or like pub, but um but the advice is never really like actually good advice. It's like that broke clock theory. Like he just so happened to say something that makes sense, but like when you think about it, is it ever anything that you could not have figured out on your own? Like that's what it always boils down to. Like the advice that I've gotten from women are usually is really usually something that's like, oh wow, okay, I did not know that. I was not aware of that. With men, it's always like literally 2 + 2 is 4, and it's like, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, somewhere. Like it's 1 o'clock somewhere, so I guess you're right, but like also, what exactly does that mean? Like you haven't discovered anything or like came up with some new concept that I've never heard before, like that you and then it's usually advice that they've gotten from somewhere else. Like it's always, this man once told me, my granddaddy used to tell me, my mama used to say, and it's like, okay, but nigga, can you come up with something on your own, or are we just recycling other people's talking points? And that's usually what it is. So yeah, I tend not to listen when men talk in general, but for sure when it's time for men to give advice, like, absolutely no.
It's always a mic, dramatic music, and that slow talking cadence. Ugh, gonna piss me off every time. You know, women, when I think about what y'all be doing, just think of it like this. If you're at a stoplight and you see that it turns green, then you got the free range to go. But if you notice that it's starting to turn yellow or red, halt. Take a beat. You don't want a ticket. The
Ellie,
music
leave
starts
me
to get
alone, bro.
the music starts to get louder and he does that dramatic pause. I just want y'all to just don't make a left or right turn. Turn your blinker off. Just sit in that moment and
Is this
wait.
still a galaxy to drop?
Just just sit and wait in that moment until you get the green light again. And then you have the choice if you want to make the left turn, the right turn, or if you want to go straight. But never back up. And you'll find that you'll get to the destination in which you want to reach. Thank you.
And this is where the B word was invented. Like in real life, I can't. The way that I would legit like get one of them kids' plastic baseball bats and like, nigga, get out my car. Like I can't. It annoys me to no avail, especially when men be like, watch this. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch. Actually, I don't want to look. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear. I do not want to watch whatever it is you about to present to me because I know it's about to be dumb. Like I am fully aware that whatever you are about to say is about to be insanely stupid or it's gonna smell like where it's from. Like I can't do it.
As I try to understand the entitlement of it. Like when they come up and they try to, I get sidetracked sometimes, but when they come up and they try to explain why they should be able to, it first off, it's never them giving a genuine explanation. It so far has been, well, if black men can't do it, black women can't do it either. And it's like, did you not just hear me say the average? Like you're saying, well, what about the average man? And it is a positive connotation. Like he's denoting to the average man in a positive way. But I'm telling you, you're saying we shouldn't date Pookies and Ray Rays or what have you. I'm telling you, the average man reads at a fifth grade, has a fifth grade reading level. That doesn't automatically disqualify most men for you. And why not? Why isn't y'all tell us don't date these type of dudes? Why now I'm pointing out that's the average black man's literacy rate. Why now isn't that why doesn't that stop anything for you? And so I just be really trying to understand the entitlement and I'll be waiting for them to give it, but they don't ever really clearly explain it.
this prompt did make them crash out, but they kind of crashed out different today. It's to me, it's almost as if they know or they just realized that when it comes to our education, our life experiences, our wants for the community and what have you, they just ain't on par. Um, so they didn't do what they usually do. I mean, we had a couple of bitches that suck my dick. I don't even think anybody said bitch, but that one said suck his dick. But it was different. I mean, are they ever gonna really admit that they aren't qualified to quote unquote lead us or tell us what to do? No, but I think a couple of them actually know it, but they'll never admit it. You know what I'm saying? It was just different today.
You know what though, wife mom, I will say, I was disappointed in Fly's performance. I really thought that he would have really brought it to the stage today. Like I was not impressed. Because usually in Poetic's lives, he actually is just way more just disgusting and vile. And like some of the stuff that he says quite literally makes my skin crawl. And to see him submit in the way that he did today and just kind of be, very docile, very fit, feminine friendly, was very interesting. 1 out of 10. Didn't like it, didn't land for me. Didn't like the moves at all, actually. I really expected way more out of him, and I think today he just didn't deliver.
Exactly.
I was
Boo.
shocked he was
Rita
even
said
over here.
Rita be calling these lives the final frontier. And if you look at his page, he's practicing to do his own lives. You could tell. So I don't know if he's trying to get it together or he just wanted a new wave of women to try to convince or because, those behaviors aren't normalized. Go ahead, Dr. Rita.
You said what I was going to say. He came over here to try on a new personality. He came over here to try on a new personality and it didn't work.
Yeah, but sell it, Like you gotta sell it. And I didn't like it.
And here we go with the entitlement. Jay is saying in the comments, the prompt is crazy. Why is this crazy? Like, what is in the entitlement? What is it that you feel what qualifications do you have to tell Black women anything? Like, this means that you think inherently you're better, or maybe innately you think you're better.
I didn't get a chance to answer, but yes, what you said, yes. Because the Black men that have been requesting up, they do feel qualified to tell Black women something, and they want to make it their business to point out that you are picking or in proximity to men that are not worthy and that you need to be listening to men like them, knowing that one, they're not any better, they're not any more educated, but they have this belief and this confidence that they are, and therefore they should be listened to and adhered to. It's really weird, but yes to what you said.
Go ahead, Jay. Explain to me why my prompt is wild.
Oh, all right. First and foremost, I guess I just woke up, so thanks.
It's hard to hear you though. You sound like you got the phone under the pillow. It's not your kids.
It's in my hand. I apologize. What is this? My phone, I guess. I don't know. It just sounds like this.
Okay.
Yeah, this ain't for me. You got it.
What? I'm not sure what happened here.
This is crazy, actually. I like that he just gave up that fast, though.
He thought about it. He was like, man, you know what? This ain't worth it. Somebody in the comments said getting on live before you brush your teeth is insane. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. Y'all want to restart with this prompt? Or y'all want to clip it? What y'all doing? What we doing?
I like it. Restart.
Yeah, this was great. This was a good one, Sin. Like I said, it was very different, and I like it. We could do it again, for sure.
I don't think I'm going to understand the entitlement, though.
They don't either.
Is it just male privilege?
Programmed,
It is
brainwashing.
mansplaining. It's like my favorite thing with Richard Reeves, right? When he say women fought for and got a new script, but nobody gave men a script. Like, nigga, did you think we were gonna write y'all's too? And then when women said be more like us, you said no. So what's the problem, sir? Since you got your philosophy degree and everything, you dipping your toe in sociology with a philosophy degree. What's your solution if it's not to be more like women?
I'll be shocked and appalled. Y'all be hating women and then one ass. Let me restart, y'all. Come back. I'm gonna run it again.